What you gonna do when Sandman come at your front door? And he wants, whoa, shit. He's a rapper that'll slap you. Sharks go out the pun. Miss Big Pun B. BX stand up. You already know the vibes. You dig? Anybody want a fucking cat? This dude Smokey over here. Smokey! My damn cat is a monster. But anyways, if you hear a damn can in the background, that's Smokey going in. You got a little cat food and all that. Smokey, come here. Say hi. What's good to you, everybody? You know what? Fuck it. Let's go. I'm just gonna drop the link. Why not? We got a lot to talk about. And oh yeah, happy birthday, Shayna Baszler. Happy birthday. Was that? I guess that was her birthday gift. You know, Ronda Rousey tapping out to Shayna Baszler. I ain't gonna lie. That's a hell of a birthday gift. Smokey, hey, Smokey, come. You want to Smokey? Look at this damn cat. Smokey. My camera's fucked up. Damn. My camera fucked up. Smokey. Go. We got a lot to talk about though. Then am I mistaken or not? Bobby Roode and this dude, what's my dude named? That pirate dude, the National Treasure guy. I might have forgot his name. Magnus, that Assassin's Creed pirate motherfucker. Magnus. I ain't gonna lie though, that shit look a little sick with me and Smokey with the fucked up camera. We look like two demons. No, not Paul Birchall. It's Magnus. But I'm trying to remember this dude. I might have forgot this motherfucker's name. I see you, Black Star. And yo, no, not only that, make sure y'all answer the question in my community too. Nick Aldis, thank you. Nick Aldis. I might have forgot this motherfucker's name.
What's goody?
It was good. Yeah, but make sure y'all answer the question in the community because you know what I'm saying when you guys answer the question, you know I'm definitely gonna respond and we're gonna create more dialogue, more conversation over there. And that brings traction to the channel, B. You know the vibes.
Like I will as soon as this show is over. I'm gonna answer the question.
Well, you can do it right now. Look at this dude. Look at this dude over here. Where you at?
I am in the backwoods.
Say what now?
Oh man,
I'm in the backwoods.
he's in the backwoods.
Who is that yelping a little?
That's one of my friends.
But anyways, first things first. Everybody knows the reason why Raw was actually good. Let's not beat around the bush.
What, Shannon
Vince
Baszler?
No, Vince was gone, so Raw was good.
Hey, happy birthday, Shayna. That's all I gotta say.
I think
Like,
they building
you know what
Shayna
I'm
up
saying?
to
We
be
gotta,
that
we gotta
baby
wish.
face to take down Rhea.
Yeah, we gotta wish her happy birthday because it's just sad that damn. Fuck that. Why we can't just say happy birthday to Shayna? Like she put in a lot of work in the black and gold. It's not her fault she turned into a complete bum on the main
That
roster.
black eye was nasty.
No,
You
she
know what I'm
wasn't
saying?
trying to bum. They told, I guarantee they told
No,
her
I didn't
she
say
had
she
to
was a
tone it
bum.
down.
She turned
Yeah,
into a
they
bum on
told
the
her.
main roster.
Yeah, because she's too rough for these girls. Like honestly, if there was to be a real matchup, Rhea Ripley would get destroyed by Shayna Baszler.
I ain't gonna lie. You might have a point.
And Shayna Baszler, we remember that was stepping on elbows and shit.
And that's the
And
thing.
then
Remember,
putting
yeah,
that shoulder.
she stopped doing that shit too. She really stopped doing that move. Stepping on your damn arm.
Wasn't the
They
last time she did it was
Because
to
they watered her down like a motherfucker.
wasn't it
Who,
the last time she did it
Baszler? Yeah.
was to
Yeah,
Eva Marie?
Baszler, yeah. She don't do that arm stomp no more. When she be stepping on your joints and all that shit.
man, when
She
them
does it
girls at
sometimes,
NXT,
but
when them girls at NXT, they are tough. They go the extra mile. You can tell they want to get to the main roster. But the ones that do be on the main roster,
Bro,
you gotta go easy on me.
Looks like Ray versus Dom is going to be next for the North American Championship, which makes absolutely no fucking sense. But
I mean, you
Well,
knew
because
that they were going to
the
revisit.
roster's so
I knew they were going to revisit this.
we're going to cross that bridge when we get there.
and you know Dom got to get his win back.
I don't care. This shit makes no sense.
they're trying to build Dom into it. Like when it comes to Dom, I get Dom because it's all about the long run. They're gonna need that next big year.
It
And
makes no.
Dom is like, you know what I'm saying? Dom is like that main one right now. I don't blame them for
You,
throwing all the heat on Dom. And then not only that, Dom could take it.
yeah,
Bro, I'm telling you now,
Dom
it is
has
going to
to
be
go.
very hard. It's going to be very hard for Dom to be a babyface. Like, there's no way he can.
But it makes no
He
sense
can
for
be a
Dom
baby
and
face.
Ray to face for
But
the North
hold on,
American
y'all.
Championship.
Let Scott talk. Go ahead, Scott.
Well, here it is. It makes total sense because I guarantee this: Rey Mysterio probably spoke to management and said, "I want Don to get over me." WrestleMania, it was for Rey Mysterio. They booked it perfect. Now NXT, he has to. He's gonna put Dominic over. That's gonna make Dominic keep going. And then I just until they find someone from NXT that's ready to be North American champion, I guess that's how it's gonna go. But Dominic needs to work. What is he? 20? He's 26 now
He's
or
still very
24.
young. Yeah, he's still very young, bro.
Okay, then. Well, answer me this question, okay? If it makes perfect sense to you, right? Why didn't they put this match? Why didn't they give? Why didn't they give Dom a main roster title?
Do you honestly believe
I
Dom
know.
is going to
Do
beat
you honestly
fucking
believe he's
Gunther?
ready for a main roster title? No. Is he
Be
probably
honest, bro.
Gunther?
Look at
That's
who
why.
the
Hell no.
That's why it
look at
doesn't make sense for them to do it on NXT because there's the NXT developmental. Should
I'm
let
gonna
you
be
NXT
uh,
is
honest with you.
trash.
I think
yeah.
that was a perfect title to put on this dude. You
NXT
know
is
what I mean?
trash. This is not the
No.
NXT of black and gold.
You
I
know
know
why?
it's trash.
You know why? Because let's really be real. Wesley is nice. Don't get it fucked up. But he wasn't doing nothing with that belt. He wasn't bringing no attention to that belt. That's what
I
Dominic is
wouldn't
doing right now.
necessarily say that. I wouldn't necessarily say that because He was like the best one to hold that belt in a long time.
but he wasn't bringing no attention to it though, like mainstream attention. That's what
I'm gonna be
Dominic is
honest.
doing.
Compare. I'm
Dom is bringing mainstream attention to the North American Championship. That's a fact. And I'm
out
not
of all the
saying
people
Wesley
that
sucks. I like Wesley. Wesley, when it comes to his agility, he's a freak of nature. Like
I'm gonna keep
I
it.
watched this dude matches ever since he was with the Rascals. So I know what time it is when it comes to him. But you know what I mean, he's not at that time yet where he could bring more eyes to his character, so to speak.
Well, he's
He's
gonna get his
still
opportunity real soon. He's
yeah.
supposed to be facing Mello.
Yeah, it looks like they're
Well,
about to have him fight Mello for the NXT belt. So
that should be a squash.
not really. They've actually had
Um,
matches
out of all
before, and their matches are
out of
fire.
all the people that held the North American Championship, he's probably the weakest of them all.
Well,
Uh,
you can't say that though.
Man, look here. He's the weakest of them all. Let's go down the list of North American champions.
It depends on what you
Inaugural
mean.
champion.
It depends on
Is
what
that a
you
very
mean.
I'm talking about body of work, reputation.
Well, okay
He's
then.
the weakest of them all.
Like, answer me this. Like, answer me like another question real quick. Wesley versus Donovan
Relax,
Dijak.
Marcus.
You didn't think that it was good.
Wesley versus
Say
who?
that again.
Donovan Dijak.
Oh yeah, he is
No,
fighting Dijak.
not
Wait,
No, no,
he's
not
no.
fighting
compared.
The
Dijak
very
Not
first
next
time
week.
those
compared
two
to the
faced
Keith.
off for the North American
Not
title, you didn't think that match was good?
no, not compared to what him and Keith Lee and Dijak did. No,
Because Keith Lee is fucking massive.
it don't matter. They tore the house down.
So
They
did
did
Wesley
shit. They
and
had
Donovan
momentum.
Dijak.
No,
The
no.
reason why Donovan
That's
Dijak disappeared for as long as he did was look at his fucking finger.
Yeah, it's criminal what they're doing with Dijak now, man. Like
I'm
this
shocked
dude
that
is
Dijak hasn't been the NXT champ yet. Like that's
right.
crazy to me. Like he should have.
Yeah,
Like if I
because
had it my way, I would have had
regulations.
him. I would have had him. I'd have had Dijak be the one to beat Keith Lee for the belt when he held it.
Yeah, remember they had that great rivalry.
Bro, every match they had were bangers, bro.
Hey,
Like you need to watch.
what's good?
What's going on, Marcus?
What up?
Everybody I was gonna bring up NXT.
But
I
yo,
was gonna
Scott,
say
like it sound like you on the airplane, my dude.
I
Man,
was
oh,
gonna
that's the sleeping
Hold on,
on
Marcus.
okay.
Oh,
Scott, it sound mad crazy on your end. Just mute it real quick until you get from where you at.
Hey,
Appreciate that. Go ahead.
like I was saying, everybody could be negative on NXT and stuff, but you got to bring up facts. NXT is not as great as it was, but it's beating two out of the three AEW shows in ratings total,
Except for
and
Dynamite.
Dynamite is barely
dude. That's nothing to be impressive about. Sorry.
Dynamite is Dynamite is reaching NXT ratings. If you
But
look at ratings by week and
but
stuff.
nobody's not hating on um
No,
NXT.
no, I ain't talking about. I'm not talking about anybody particular here. I'm talking about total. What I be hearing everywhere and stuff. Everybody be bashing. uh, Everybody be bashing NXT like crazy and stuff. But you gotta speak. Everybody gotta speak facts on this. You
Dynasty
can't
yeah,
be
said
I'm gonna
having.
be
You gotta.
honest,
Dynasty
man.
said
Dude, we
because
do.
those two have been working together for like a decade.
Is not good
You
no
be
more.
having.
That's
You be having. I was still trying to go and stuff, but I was saying you be having Tony Khan on Twitter and stuff raving about them being NXT and ratings and stuff, but nobody's bringing up the fact that two out of three of his shows is not even reaching NXT in ratings and stuff.
Tony Khan
Cause
hasn't done that in a while.
Tony Khan, and
To
Tony
be honest,
Khan,
it's
he
not
doesn't
that
want to.
impressive.
He's like Seth Rollins. You know how Seth Rollins be talking stuff about rings, but is scared to actually face him. Tony Khan is like that. He want to talk all the stuff about NXT and stuff, but he don't want to put his actual shows on Monday and Friday. Then do the talking.
Why would he
NXT's
want
not
to
a good
move his shows
product, so
to
you
Monday
can't
and Friday? Why would he want to move his shows to Monday and Friday? That would be like the time Impact moved to Monday nights to Battle Raw. Come on
Oh yeah,
now.
that was a good one. That was a good one.
dude.
Come
The
on.
fact of the matter is this: NXT is a weak
You
show.
sound too far.
It's been a weak show.
Scott, Scott,
It's
get closer. You sound too far.
dude. I got it in my ear. I'm just not yelling. NXT is a
You
weak show.
sound you sound terrible, Scott. I'm not
Yeah, you
gonna
sound
hold
too
Yeah,
far.
you do. You sound like you about like 2 miles
you.
away.
Impact.
Yeah, you sound crazy.
There's nothing I can do. It's the headphone.
Yeah,
Unless you want me to yell out loud,
Well,
I
like
can
I
try
said, like
again.
when you get to a better location or something like that, just come back in. Pause.
I will be honest though. NXT is not where it's at, but it's better than it was in 2021.
But here's the
Everybody
thing.
gotta
Here's the
admit
thing,
that.
though, Marcus. Hold on. We trying to get the sound right though. Like you gotta know how to chill, Marcus. We trying to get the sound right. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
I, t- I told you
Yeah.
that y'all be going in and out, so my stuff be
Yeah,
acting
that's what I'm
crazy. You
saying.
can't even stay
Yeah,
now.
that's what I'm trying to explain. Like we trying to get everything. We trying to get everything back together. You know what I'm saying? It's real noisy. It's glitching up a little bit. Can y'all hear me right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
All
good.
right.
Like everybody can hear me, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
I can hear all of you
Yeah.
guys. Scott, are you in a better location?
Oh, he's
There
muted, so
is no other location. This is Georgia.
We mean there's no other location. Like it sound like you outside.
Yeah, the best way to get a good sound and stuff, you gotta be in a quiet room, no echoes,
Yeah.
everything silent.
Well, can't do that when I'm in somebody's house.
I think
Well,
if you
you sound just a little bit better because it was. I'm telling you, it sounded real noisy. Anyways, it's good for right now. I don't want to delay the show a little longer. But
I,
yo, before we continue on, we had a real busy week last week, and that was a lot of funny content that we did last week. Yeah, I need to go back and watch that. Yeah, it's getting loud again, though, Scott. It sounds not true. Hold up, Scott. You sound crazy, my dude. I'm not even gonna hold you.
I just muted.
Yeah, that
What?
was wow. Anyways, we had a real busy week. What a fun week last week. You know, we did Tuesday. You know what I'm saying we did the 200th episode of AEW Dynamite. We had
sorry
the
for that.
Friday show with predictions of SummerSlam, and of course we did the SummerSlam watch party. Yo,
I'm
go back and
still
watch those.
curious.
We had a good time, man.
Yeah, I'm still curious as to how they're gonna explain this Jimmy Uso situation. Cause
Actually,
We gotta find out on Friday.
I gave Sandman and Black Star the answer right there. I think
Yeah,
Jimmy did it because y'all know how I think Jimmy looking at it like this. If his brother would have won and got the tribal chief spot, his brother would have had the power going to his head because y'all know before Reigns was crowned tribal chief and stuff, he was respecting 95% of the roster. But as soon as he got that tribal chief um power and stuff, he started turning on his family and stuff. And do y'all remember that segment when Reigns actually came out and Superman punched and knocked out Jay and was in his face and told him, I feed my kids with this title. I feed your kids with this title. You're gonna get the payday and you're gonna get
Exactly.
the match beat out of you.
Yeah,
It made
exactly. That's what I was
sense.
talking about. That's what I was talking
That's
about.
not gonna. That,
This dude is creating jobs. He's putting food on not only his table but his family's table. Get in line.
Jay would have
Okay.
let that. Jay would have not been able to handle that power if
And
he would have won.
hold on, and that was I'm glad you brought this dude, the tribal chief, up because I don't know if you guys see the other question of the show. Who's the better champion, MJF or Roman Reigns?
Yeah,
That's easy.
I've been
That's
seeing that
that's easy.
question
Everybody
here.
knows Roman Reigns
that's
is the better champion.
easy. It's
I mean,
it's he has the title long and he has double the amount of title defenses
It's
and the
As a
closer
better
matter
than
of fact,
rival.
it's closer
as a
than you
matter of
think.
fact, MGS promos has gotten weak.
It's closer than you
If you,
think.
Well, I want to say that though. I like MJF's promos though. I like MJF.
I,
Period. Pause.
I think he does too much. I think he has to. You know what makes a good promo? A good promo, wrestlers that know how to control their tone. Like if you watch did you watch the Miz with
Yeah, I also brought that out. I was
the
like,
Miz with LA Knight, that
yeah,
shit was
with
good.
LA Knight? They both know how to handle the mic. LA Knight LA Knight had the softer tone, but he made his point across.
He stumbled a bit
The
though.
Miz The
Only
Miz
one,
raised his
but
voice when he got it personal. But every single time
hey,
MJF gets on the mic, he's yelling at the top of his lungs. Dude, you're in
hey, but
it's a
did y'all
microphone.
notice?
We could
Did
hear you.
y'all notice that the promo Miz cut last night? That's the Miz everybody want to see. That look like the Miz for 2016 when he was IC champion.
No,
Let
Miz always
Miz
been
do
like
his
that.
thing.
But he's
I don't know
okay
if
with
y'all,
putting people over.
but here's another thing that I don't know if y'all noticed about that back and forth. The words that LA Knight used to describe Miz were the same ones that Brian Danielson said on that Smack Talk interview.
And
Man,
he was too
I've been told you about LA Knight. He has to copy everybody, but everybody thinks he's so great. But let me not go there.
Honestly, honestly, if
Listen, bro.
honestly, if we get that Miz we got last night, I would be more behind him and stuff. He need to be
Nah,
like
Miz
that.
about to retire.
Everybody,
He's
come
happy.
on now. Everybody borrows something from somebody
Exactly, bro.
when it
Everybody's a
comes to this
ripoff of
wrestling
something.
business. Ain't nothing new under the sun.
Well, we need to call LA Knight Samsung because he's taking everybody's moves.
Hey, but Miz, he did roast LA Knight last night. He was like, "You are attitude era something." He says,
An
"Call LA
attitude
Knight
era
attitude
fanboy.
era wannabe boy or something." It was fire. It was fire. That
attitude
was the
era
best.
cosplay. He
Oh,
said.
yeah,
I
that was
mean,
the
let's
best.
be real though. Everybody's a cosplay of somebody. I mean, one
But
name that comes to the top of my head is Ric
Yeah,
Flair. I
and
mean,
it's
Shane
Ric
been
Shayna
like
Flair.
that
Baszler ain't
ever
no
since.
cosplay.
It's been like it
Shayna
didn't
Ba-
just started. You know, it's been like that ever since.
hey,
Shayna
but
Baszler ain't a cosplay copier.
if y'all noticed last night, WWE actually built the payback match card from last night. The first week, that's something WWE haven't did in a long time. It's 5 possible matches already, and
Because
we not even to Friday.
Marcus Buddy, who's in charge? Who's in charge back then? Who's in charge now? Not back then, but 2 weeks ago. And who's in charge now?
He's
Come on,
still
y'all,
in charge.
you can't change. You can't come on. You can't change the narrative.
Triple H still in charge.
Come on,
So
man. You can't say.
How?
I'm
How?
saying
stop blaming
you can't
everything on
say
Vince.
you can't say you
Everything.
can't say Vince not
Marcus,
in charge.
let me talk. Marcus, let me
I'm
talk.
saying I'm
Can I
saying you
talk?
can't.
Can
I'm
I
saying
talk?
go ahead, go ahead,
Let
go
me,
ahead.
let me make a point.
You know, leading up to SummerSlam, right? Vince had a final say. You could say all you want that Triple H is in charge. Triple H actually said it after SummerSlam that he's in charge. But we know that every single thing through the final words goes through Vince.
But that don't mean Triple H.
If you don't see that, then there's something wrong with you.
But you can't say
just like in AEW, everything goes through Tony Khan. Is it right? No, it's not right. It's stupid. But you look at the show now. You look at the show on Monday. Everything made sense. There was nothing that had to go through a filter. He was the filter, so everything made sense.
No, but
that don't mean it was a good
I've been
product.
hearing this. I was hearing this though before SummerSlam. Everybody was saying Vince was in charge and stuff, but soon as a good show come, now y'all don't want to give him a little props now. What if it's you can't just go back
I
on
didn't
your
watch
word?
Raw. I would say this, like I didn't watch Raw. When I heard Judgment Day was going to be in the main event of Raw again, I just lost interest automatically. So I didn't watch Raw.
So check this out. I'm about to get on you about that. Since we're talking about booking, I know for sure Triple H ain't the one that's booking SmackDown.
Huh?
You can tell that's Vince. You can tell Vince is the one that's booking SmackDown.
Vince is the one booking Raw. Triple H is the one booking SmackDown. Again, you can tell. You can tell by how the show
ain't
works.
No way Triple H is booking that Bloodline story. There's no way.
You don't think
I'm not going to give him credit for that.
You don't think he could do long-term storytelling?
Hell no.
He did that with Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, but that's NXT, bro. Main roster is a whole nother animal.
Nah, like all right, come on now. Let's
and
not
their
do
story
that.
was them beating the shit out of each other.
If anything,
And it worked.
Don't you think a storyline with two singles wrestlers is more difficult than the whole stable?
Booking a feud with two singles wrestlers is two singles wrestlers. A whole stable, you got to make everybody.
Yeah, I was about to say you gotta make everybody look good, and that's kind of more difficult.
And guess who's doing that? Guess who's making everybody look good? The Tribal Chief.
TKO, let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
All right. You said that Triple H never booked the stable well, right?
Yeah. I don't know who said that, but I didn't say that at all.
Or
he didn't say. I don't remember him saying that.
No, he said that.
Wait, what is it? Scott who said that? What'd you say?
That was Scott that said
that. You said Triple H
didn't say that.
I swear somebody just said
don't know how to book a what?
A good stable.
Scott, you said that, right? You said that.
Nah, he ain't booking no good stable.
Okay, then explain. Hold on. Explain the Undisputed Era. That's stable, right?
Undisputed Era?
Yeah.
I'm explaining the Undisputed Era. I think Triple H gave them free lane. Because they're that damn good.
But he booked that, right? That was him.
I think he gave them creative control. He ain't book how the matches. He don't book how the matches go.
Okay.
He don't book the performance.
Okay. You can say that.
Honestly, it ain't Triple H that's really making the show look great. It's the people that wrote for him that makes the show look great.
It's his writing team. I found out that Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Didn't Shawn Michaels take over when NXT had its midlife crisis? So it wasn't him. Guess again.
Well,
he don't have the same writers. He do not have the
Well,
same rights,
honestly, I was about to say
and he don't
it's
have
a
the same
mixture of HBK. It's a mixture of HBK, Road Dogg, and what's his
HBK wasn't
name?
around for the
I'm
Undisputed Era. He
saying
was he
wrestler.
was around at the end. He wasn't
H had
around
a
at the
whole
beginning.
team. I'm
The
saying H
talent was
had a whole
trashed by the
team.
time
That was a
Triple H
totally different
Yo,
had the
I'll
heart
be
team.
right
attack.
back. I gotta use the bathroom. Excuse me.
That was a
But the
totally different
talent was
team that booked the Undisputed Era.
dude. Stop. The talent was
What?
trashed by the time Triple H caught a heart attack. All his great talent was gone. All of them.
I said that at the beginning of the story of the Undisputed Era storyline. That was a totally different team. That was Albert, that was Regal, and that was Nigel McGuinness
And
and
totally
Rhoda. Yeah,
different
and Rhoda.
talent. The talent of NXT is subpar. Subpar. It's trash. Not
You
good.
talk about right now or back then?
When Triple H had the heart attack, the roster was trash. There was no Adam Cole. There was barely any Kyle O'Reilly. They had Finn Balor. They had no Velveteen Dream. Hell, they had a female dressed up in pajamas who
Velveteen Dream did that to
sleeps.
himself, so you can't say
Hey,
They,
that.
the
y'all,
talent was the talent is trash.
you notice, Scott, you notice that the talent is actually getting, they actually is bringing in better talent because it's not as much goofy stuff as in NXT as it was like 2 years ago. If you notice, it's less goofy
They
stuff. It still got to fit some things, but it's not as it was 2021.
it's still goofy when you got what's that stupid group? Something University? That shit is retarded.
Chase U University.
Chase U is garbage.
You think that
Pretty,
team is goofy?
that shit is
They're
goofy.
dorks.
I mean, I'm gonna tell
Pretty
you this about
deadly.
that group.
Pretty
I'll tell you
deadly
this
look
about that
terrible.
group. I'll tell you this about that group. That group definitely has a ceiling. I'll tell you that much.
They're dorks.
That group has a ceiling. I'm gonna say
I
the same
mean,
thing about them that I said
I mean,
about Bailey when she did her hug life gimmick. That shit has a ceiling.
hey, honestly, Chase University should come together with Alpha Academy. 'Cause both
Hell
stables are
no.
To make
goofy.
them mega dorks.
No.
Yeah,
You do not ruin Chad Gable. He is hot right now.
Chad
He
Gable is a
has the
lot better than
potential.
people give him credit for.
He has the potential to beat Gunther. Don't ruin that for him.
I don't think he is though.
You
I
know
don't
what's
think.
crazy about? You
Uh,
know what really gets me about Chad Gable though is a couple years ago WWE screwed him up when he was the most over babyface.
Sheesh.
Shush, please.
Well, actually,
That was
they
good.
didn't really screw him. You got to understand, he wasn't going to take a big push because he was in college. So he was just there for entertainment. Once he finished his college degree in film development, then he started to work his way in. Honestly,
Bro, this
Chad
is the
Gable,
same
I feel
bro, this
bad.
is the
Oh,
same
I feel bad for
company.
Chad. I felt bad for Chad Gable because he
oh.
had a corny. What?
He said Danny's on to work his way in. Wow.
Yeah, he had to work his way in.
Anyways.
I felt bad. I
Yo,
felt Chad. I
I'm
felt bad
back
for
now.
Chad Gable because
Don't
he
do
had a
that.
corny ass partner. He had a
Don't
corny
do
ass
that. Hold
partner
on.
in
I'm back
NXT.
now. Don't overtalk the host. Excuse me, sir.
Yo, Toph, you Kenny Omega?
Don't. Hey, I
Yeah,
said
that's
don't
just
overtalk
Anthem.
the host. I'm
Oh,
here
got it.
now. I'm back. I let y'all rock. Now, first of all, Toph was goody, my dude. I want I want this dude. I want you to answer this question, Toph. Who's a better champion? You see the question.
Are we
Who's a
doing
better?
this again? Why are you asking that question after that boring ass main event on Saturday, dude? Come on, Jesus Christ!
No, it don't
I
matter.
mean, it was better
Okay,
than that
one
shitty
No,
main
ass
it does
event.
matter. It does matter.
CM
That
Punk
main
match.
event was
Who's
one
a
of the
better
worst main events
champion
I've
though?
seen.
Who's a better
It's
champion?
not Roman, bro. There's no way you could objectively look at that
Roman.
main event and say
Oh
Roman's
yeah.
better. That was one of the worst main events I've ever seen in my life, bro. That shit was
Hey,
whack.
Oh
so
my
you
No, it
put
was.
God.
you think that main you think the Hogan versus or no the Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez is better than that main event?
That was
That's
not a
the
main
worst
event. I
main
said,
event.
I said, Taker Giant Gonzalez was like fucking match number 3, bro. Gosh, you're so young. Do your homework. Jeez.
Oh my god. Oh god, Tope is
What
riled
do
up
you expect?
today.
I'm 27. What do you expect? I'm not
That's no
38 or
excuse,
nothing.
dude. Whatever. I'm not going to give you a tough
I'm
time.
Not
I'm not even
I'm
going to
waiting
guilty.
for
try.
AEW to have a shit show main event so we can have the gloves off from your ass.
Nothing's going to be as
MJF
bad as
is
that shit at
MJF is
Well,
not
SummerSlam.
they won't.
he's
Well,
not
they
even in the
haven't
same
yet.
stratosphere as Roman Reigns.
Hey, honestly,
Bro,
honestly,
bro, you want to talk
I
about stratosphere? That was one of the best. That was one. That main event with Jey Uso was one of the best cures for insomnia I've ever seen in my fucking life. Jesus
But
hey,
it
Christ.
was also the most viewed match in
yeah, 35
SummerSlam
million.
history.
Right. And Donald Trump had like over how many million voters? That doesn't mean they're any smart either. Trash is all still trash at the end of the day, bro.
Oh
But Toph,
Lord.
I'll
How
Hey,
take
you
I,
gonna
Donald
compare
Trump over
Donald Trump
Biden
to a
any day.
tribal
hey,
chief?
I was about to say, this word for pro wrestling and stuff. If you think about it, AEW, Impact, WWE, New Japan isn't true pro wrestling because you know what pro wrestling is? When you have two guys on mat in the middle of the gym doing arm drags and submissions. That's true pro wrestling. So when people say, "Oh, AEW or this company have pro wrestling,"
Man,
no wrestling company is true pro wrestling. You gonna have entertainment and wrestling in the mix. No,
No, no, no.
that
See,
is real
no,
pro.
let me school you. Let me school you. Like when it comes to wrestling like that, when it comes to waist locks and arm drags and stuff like that, that's collegiate wrestling. You know what I mean? Pro wrestling is what I mean, that we watch it right now. But yeah,
that's
it's
not
a lot
pro
of
wrestling.
entertainment. There's a lot of entertainment mixed up into that gumbo. But that's definitely
Look,
pro
man,
wrestling.
all I know is
Oh, that's not pro
y'all know
wrestling.
about that
Pro wrestling
brawl.
is watching Bam Bam
Y'all heard
Bigelow
about
face
that brawl
Bret
that
Hart.
happened?
But it's still
It- it-
go ahead, Toe. Go ahead, Toe.
y'all know about that brawl that happened in Alabama, between, it's viral.
No, I didn't know about that.
Ah, I heard about that. That shit is hilarious.
Y'all didn't see
I
the
never heard about that.
y'all didn't see the clip.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't.
look at
Oh
he took
man,
off
See,
his
I
That
wasn't
shit
gonna
is
go there.
hilarious.
I wasn't
I
gonna go there,
died.
but hey,
Y'all didn't see the clip. Some dude was hitting some woman with a
Yeah, the
straight
reason I
chair
brought
across
that
the
up,
head.
Oh, the
I
and
fucking
she
memes
at
are
deserved
SummerSlam
it.
was
hilarious.
supposed to be. That's all I
She
know, dude.
deserved it. There's even white people that said they deserved it. That shit was embarrassing.
That shit was
so,
hilarious. They tried it in a small town and fucked them up.
but Toph, to answer
Yeah,
your
that
to
shit had better storytelling than anything I saw at SummerSlam. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Oh my
So
god.
you just
You
Hey,
hate
know what?
Toe,
pro.
don't tell.
I can't
Toe,
wait for
tell
All
me.
In. All In
Toe,
better
tell
tear the
me
house
you.
down.
Tell me you not a one-sided fan without telling me
He
you're a
he really is.
one-sided fan. No
All In
offense,
better tear
It
the
Oh
whole
sucked,
you
god,
house
got
bro.
here
down.
we
Just check
get it
online,
again.
bro. It was a bad fucking main event, dude. Get over it. It happens. Jesus Christ.
Okay, I can't wait for All In. They better tear the house down.
all in by
And
the
and
house.
It
All
sucked.
in by the
All the
and
usual
house.
Mox and
suspects
Moxley
said it was
better
a
not
fucking
have
bad main
spaghetti in
event.
his
I don't know
hand.
why you guys acting like it wasn't. It was a fucking shitty ass main event. The crowd was dead. The match sucked. The result made no fucking sense at all. They broke their own
The
rules.
cr-
That was
They
the
were
crowd
never
was
WWE
gonna give
only
Jay
to be
Uso the
fair.
title, bro.
To be fair,
Actually, the
the crowd
result
was
the crowd was tired.
only thing the
yeah,
crowd was there.
Don't give me
the
that
live
crowd was
we
tired.
did,
They were
we
hot
was
for
live
they
for
were
like
hot for
four
the
and a half.
women's match, and that was just as late. They were hot for Seth and
No,
Finn, and that was just as late. The match
Toe.
just fucking sucked.
Hold on, Toe. We was live for like 4.5 hours.
They were tired, man.
We was live. Yo, that's like the longest live we ever did. That's the longest
That
watch
shit
party we ever
sucked.
did.
And imagine if they added the 4 matches that they pulled off. It would have been
Yo, we
Fuck,
probably
fabulous.
would have
dude,
still
the
been doing
match
this shit right
sucked.
now.
Just take the L. Jesus Christ.
Put
All
the
right.
I gotta
coffee
be
on the
So,
honest,
pot.
though.
I'm saying
I gotta
every
be
excuse
honest,
so,
though,
except the match
bro.
so
sucked.
if
But Toph, to
Adam
be
Cole and MGF don't give a banger, I don't want to hear you talk for an entire week.
But
When you
Toph,
compare main
Ooh,
events to main events, if they
Because
don't
you
give
you
a
got
that's on the
5-star match,
gamble.
you can't talk
Damn,
for a
this
week.
Tope. Damn, this
because
Tope
you
versus the
barely
world
Put
right
you
now.
barely
Put your
put your
you
cash
money
app
ba-
up.
put your money up to
because
What's
your
up,
prop.
ballet?
yeah, put up about like $10, Toph.
Oh
Put your
Ooh,
god,
money
big
put
money.
put
it's Tope
put your
versus the
product to the
world
test.
right now.
Are
If
you
Adam
all in?
Cole,
Are you really all in?
if Adam Cole and MGF don't have a 5-star match, you can't talk for a week.
Somebody neutral has to officiate that. Toph's not
You gotta
It will
go
neutral.
be
TKO.
I
it
know you, Scott, ain't
no,
neutral. I know Mark's ain't
it will
neutral. The only
no,
one
it
who's
will
neutral
be
is me.
hard.
I
It
could
will
be
be
I could be
hard.
neutral, but y'all won't believe
I am
me.
neutral.
I
I
think it
just
should be
said the main
No, no,
event
no.
TKO.
sucked. I don't care what company we're talking about, bro. I can sit down and watch any main event from any company and object if it was a good match or a bad match. That shit
You,
that Roman
Well,
and Jay had
No,
wasn't
no,
in
you
the
that
didn't.
good.
No, he
It's
was
opportunity,
talking
okay.
about.
you
It happened.
No,
barely
he was talking
barely
about the match between Adam Cole and MJF.
yeah,
You all
they better have a Ric Flair versus HBK type of match.
no, they
What
better
is
have
a?
a
It's
Ric
I
Flair
already going
want
to
versus
be a
to
better
Steamboat
match. You
type
know
of match.
why? You know why? You know why? Adam Cole versus MJF is going to be a better match because it's going to have the one thing Roman and Jay didn't have: drama. Period.
what?
Damn
Drop.
it.
ask.
Roman J had no drama at
Come,
Mark,
all, bro.
mute him.
they
There was
didn't have
Mute
no
no
him.
drama.
drama to
Not a
Pope.
single person in that
Mute
fucking
him.
arena
How did
believed. Not a
how the
single
fuck did they
person
have
in
no
that
drama, Tope?
goddamn
Are you
arena
kidding me?
believed that Jey
Mute
Uso had a
him.
goddamn chance winning that belt.
My dude, you
That match had no drama
get
at
the
all.
Cut
fuck
his
Point
you
mic
done.
off.
bugging.
Cut his
No,
And
it
mic
that
didn't.
shit
off.
didn't
No, it
have
didn't
no
have any
drama.
drama.
That
There's
shit had
no
the
drama
most
at
drama
all. Nobody
for
believes Jey
2
Uso
How
had a
dare
years.
chance.
you? Cut his mic
No,
off.
Hey
it
man,
didn't. It
me
didn't
and
have
you.
any drama.
Nah,
There's
yeah,
no
nah, you
drama at
gotta
Cut
all.
sit
his
Go
this
back and
one
mic
look at
out,
Seth
Tope.
off.
Rollins versus Finn Balor, right?
Cut it
Look at
off.
Seth Rollins versus
Nah,
Finn Balor. Finn
hell
Balor won.
nah.
Cut it
That shit
off.
have no fucking
Nah,
drama.
yeah, I
What?
gotta
Oh
be honest.
lord.
How dare
They've been
you?
having they've been
Nah, we
having
not gonna do that, Tove. Are you
hey
serious?
hey you
Roman
gotta be
Art.
Reigns and Jay
Art.
Uso didn't have no drama?
hey
Art. If you don't
they've
mute
been
him,
ha-
I'm gonna have a problem with you.
hey they've been
Mute
having
him for
drama.
Nah, you
5
know, I
minutes.
don't give a fuck. Anybody can sit their ass down. Anybody on this motherfucking round table can sit their ass down when it comes to fuck shit. We not
Hey
gonna
man,
do
Yeah,
Mute
that.
him for
that
5
was a
minutes.
bad tape because
hey
they've
man,
How
been
me and
dare
you.
you?
hey
No
hold on
drama.
I was about to
Fuck
say
out of here. Yo,
I
what's
was
goody, Virgo, babe? You know
Yo,
how
I
I
was
give it
gonna.
up. Nah, we not gonna do that.
hey
Like, I
Yo.
said
understand it,
man
you know what I mean? Nah, no.
hey said man I was about to say yeah they've been having they've been having a rivalry for 10 years. This go all the way back to
Word. This shit go back to when
2014.
they was little kids.
MJF
This is
and
a family
Adam
this is a
Cole
Yo.
family
been
affair.
Yo, I want to
MJF and
ask
Adam
y'all.
Cole been a rivalry for a few months. You go compare that? Come on, you can't be more obvious bias than that.
Just say you
Yo.
hate a. Just say WWE did something to you and you
Just
hate
say the
them for
match
it.
fucking sucked. Jesus Christ. The
The
match
No,
was
match
no,
didn't
dead.
it's
suck.
not. That's
The
here's the
crowd
thing
was
though,
dead
Toe.
the
No,
entire match. The crowd
hold
was
on,
dead
Toe.
the entire match. Nobody
No,
cared.
here's the thing though, Tove. Here's the thing, right?
They
Okay, the
broke their
match
own
sucked.
rules.
You could get that. Hold on, Tove. I'm talking. Give me a second. We could give you that. Whatever. You didn't like the match, cool. But to say that Roman Reigns and Jey Uso had no drama, they
It
come
had no
on, my
drama, bro. I
dude.
will say that. And I wasn't the only person
How
that
can
said
you
that.
say that?
Several
They've
other
been
people have said
beefing.
the same thing.
They had a
Because
fucking
several other
2 to 3
people have
year
said it,
long
bro. If you got your
storyline.
head out your ass, you would see it had no drama. I'm not the only person that said that. Many people have said the
Yo,
same
Toph.
thing.
How?
There is no
Who
drama.
said that? What do you mean?
Several
The
people,
bloodline
who review
storyline
pay
as
per
a
views,
whole
bro.
has been
Who do you follow?
crazy.
Who do you follow? Like literally yesterday, I sat down and I watched like 10 different podcasters all review, and they all said the same thing. Even people I don't care for said the same thing. Fucking
Oh,
JD from New
please.
York, and I don't even
They
like him. He said it had no drama. What's the dude's name? The guy who
Oh
always
my
works
god!
in fucking
And all the
Chicago,
JD
motherfuckers
the
that
don't
said
solo
that
count.
monster,
shit,
said
they
it had
bugging
no
the fuck
drama.
out to say they
Alvarez
didn't.
said it had no drama. It had no
JD
drama.
don't
Alvarez,
Who
count.
the
Who the
fuck
fuck
really?
is
is that?
We already
Alvarez?
know
Alvarez,
his bias
see,
Brian
against
Alvarez.
It's
JD.
like a million Alvarez's in this world.
Brian Alvarez,
Whatever,
man.
bro. It wasn't a good match.
Oh,
It
the
sucked.
dude from
It
the
wasn't
what?
good.
The dude down with this dude?
you talk
Uncle,
about
what the fuck is punk ass dude name
I'll
is?
give you an example, right? I'll give you an example.
Oh
Finn
my
Balor faced Seth
god.
Rollins, right? Finn Balor hit the coup de grace on
Yo,
Seth Rollins. When he
it's
hit
not
his finish, you keep
logical.
interrupting me. God damn, I'm supposed to finish my goddamn point. When Finn Balor hit
This
his
is not
finish on
logical,
Seth
Joe.
Rollins, right? The crowd actually got up. When Finn hit his finish on Seth, right? When he hit the coup de grace, everybody was like, oh man, you could actually see the fans getting up. They thought Seth was going to lose. Then Seth kicked out. Then when he hit the curb stop up in Balor, the fans got up. They were like, oh shit, is Finn going to lose? And then he kicked out. And then when the Judgment Day came out, you could see actual excitement. The fans were into the fucking match, right? The women's match was a little botchy. Remember Bianca? She had the little thing. We all thought she was hurt, right? It was like, oh man, is she hurt? Is she not hurt? The fans were on their feet, right? And then Charlotte put her in the figure eight. Asuka spat her miss, right? And then Bianca won, right? Then here comes EL to cash in. Look at the fans. Go back and watch. The fans were on their feet the entire time. Now watch Roman versus Jay. The fans were sitting on their hands all 35 fucking agonizing minutes. They never
hell no,
believed
dude.
at any point that Jay had any chance, and that's okay because we knew that Jay was going to get screwed. We knew
Yo,
that. We
Toe.
all knew the score. We knew
so.
Toe,
it wasn't
Do
about
you?
can Jay
Toe,
beat Roman.
Toe.
It
Hold
was
on,
about
Hey,
wait.
how was
Toe.
Jay going to get screwed.
Hold
Hey,
on.
Toe.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down. Let's slow down, right? Let's read some comments real quick. Let's see what the chat had to say. Dynasty said, overbuild it in your head because the story was so good. Nothing they did would have pleased you outside of Jay winning.
No, bro.
Virgo
Not
Day
every
said,
Roman match
getting
needs to be.
spicy.
First of all, bro, not every Roman match needs to be 35 to 40 minutes. First of all, that shit can
It's
work at
SummerSlam.
WrestleMania, but it doesn't need to happen every time, dude. That was their first mistake. You could take about 10 minutes off that match and it would have been better. That's something that we can all agree on, okay? Roman needs to stop having these 35, 40 plus minute matches.
He
Only do
should.
that shit when it's necessary.
He
Man,
should.
Oh,
hold
He
but
should have
wait,
more.
hold on.
Wait, I was
Adam
back.
Page, Adam
No,
Page
hold
did
on.
have a
Hold on.
60-minute
Wait.
match.
Let TKO go. Let TKO go, and then we're gonna go counterclockwise.
Okay,
I,
so
I'm gonna
TKO
be honest.
got
I'm gonna be
me.
honest, straight out. First, I wanted to ask y'all a question, not related, but before I do that, I agree with Tope in the sense that you don't need to have matches go over 30 minutes to tell a story, especially if the storyline is engaging, which the Bloodline storyline is. That's what I wanted to get out. And also, I hear a lot of y'all saying that this is what exactly is a 5-star match to y'all? Like, what makes a 5-star match to you guys, in your opinion?
A good story, and a good match that has like the match gotta have. All right, let me go back to the whole superstar sandwich. I don't know if y'all seen
Ooh,
that
damn.
video that I posted from before. Go back to check that one out. I'm
Oh
saying
yeah,
the
Does it
I
come
think I
with
superstar.
remember that a
lettuce and
couple months ago,
tomato?
right?
Does it come
You
with
guys said
lettuce and
what?
tomato?
I think it was like a couple of months ago, right?
Yeah, you talk about
Yeah,
in the section of the video
yeah. Like
section
basically,
with Jay
it,
Uso.
the two sides of the bread. Basically, you got the top and you got the bottom. The top of the bread is a character. The bottom of the bread is the end of the storyline. And within the sandwich that has the slices of bread, you have the character development and in the matches.
Uh-huh.
That's how you basically have that great match. Like with the whole shit with the bloodline. Now, I was telling this dude, and you heard it. I was telling this dude, Toph, you can't say that that match. Excuse me. You can't say that you didn't like the match. Cool. That's objective. I can't argue with that fact. But you cannot sit there and say that match didn't have no drama to it. You know what I'm saying? And you can't sit there and say, oh, because the crowd wasn't into it. You know how many times a certain match would be in a particular city or town, and it would be a red hot feud, and the fucking crowd would be sitting there with their motherfucking hands underneath their butt cheeks. That shit had a shitload of drama in that motherfucking match. It's just
Maybe
that
to you, maybe
that
to you,
particular
bro.
city wasn't into it.
Yeah, because it sucked. That's why, and that's
D-
okay.
All
They
right,
just had a
all
bad
right.
night.
Okay, dude,
I'm
stop,
not. I'm
stop.
not
Check this
saying the
out.
You
whole
are fucking
cast.
stubborn, Toph.
All right, all right,
But I
So,
get it.
so,
I
so
get
all
it.
check
right,
this out.
look.
If
It's,
you're
it's
not,
it's good though. You know what I'm saying? That's yo, Toph. Don't get it fucked up. Toph was my dude though. Like, cause
Yeah,
we
no.
like two
Yeah, we all
bulls with
disagree.
the
We just don't
wrestling
see eye to
mind.
eye on this. You know.
You know what I
check
mean?
this out.
But it don't matter. Roman Reigns is better than MJF. Period.
No, it
So,
doesn't, bro. No, it doesn't. If you think that boring piece of insomnia is better than fucking gold dust of all people, you got something in your head.
Come on, this dude don't do it because this dude Roman Reigns is out there having matches
He's
and
Roman has
killing
doing
no
himself.
layers to his
motherfucking
character at
tribal
all, bro. He
combat
has no
while
He's
layers at all,
MJF
bro. It's
is
the same match. It's the
he's
same
MJF is
killing
promo.
hugging
There's
and
no layers
kissing
to his character.
dudes.
he's killing himself just to entertain us, and you bashing his
Corpus
You're
whole
right.
Christi.
You're
career.
right. He's killing something. He's killing something. He's killing my fucking
Roman
insomnia.
Reigns
Is what he's
put in
killing.
35
Toph.
minutes and he has leukemia.
Yo, Toph, can I ask you a
You,
question real quick?
I'm not gonna give him a compliments for that. 35 minutes of what? Of a boring fucking match. Next time,
Toph,
put in 15 minutes if it's that damn hard.
yo, Toph,
dude,
let me ask you a question real quick.
his condition is off the chart. So let's
I
not
don't
go
give
there.
a shit about his condition. He signed the
Toph,
fucking
can I ask you a
contract.
question?
Boo hoo. If it's that much of a
Hold up, hold
problem,
up.
he should just fucking go away then.
You
Yo, Toph,
don't
can I ask
care
you a question?
about his condition, so you don't care about cancer patients.
Jesus,
Why
I
would I
knew
care? That's
somebody
not
was
my
gonna say
problem,
it.
bro.
Okay, let's kill this.
No, we ain't killing shit. We're gonna handle this. Check this out.
It's already
SummerSlam
been
was
handled. It
five
was a
fuck.
bad
Jesus,
match. It's
y'all
all right.
taking this
SummerSlam was
personal.
5 hours long. If
For
you add in the match itself
Whose
and
fault
then
is
that
that?
and
Whose
Jesus,
and then
fault
y'all
is
that
it
taking
that
one
it's
this
hour
5 hours?
personal.
pre-show, them fans are gonna be fucking tired too. I would be
Whose
tired
fault
if I
is it
sat
that the
there for
show
five
is
hours.
5 hours? Maybe a certain person should have taken matches off the card. I wonder who.
They
We could
did.
have definitely,
They
They
did.
we
They
could have
did. It
took
wasn't
definitely
four.
even a
gone
lot of
after
They
the Vader
took
matches.
match.
4 matches off. They took 4 matches. If they were added to 4 matches, the pay per view would have been 6 hours, almost as long as WrestleMania 35 was, which was eight
Look, man, the
hours.
show could have
They
been
e-
3 hours. It
they
wouldn't have
even
But they
say
saved
could
that
have
goddamn
SummerSlam
main
they
is a
could have
event. It would
bigger
have
replaced
show
the
sucked
than
regardless,
wrestlers.
bro.
WrestleMania. They
yo,
even
Toph, can I
say
ask you a question real quick?
What's your
Here's the,
question?
here's the thing. Hold on, wait. Virgo Bay was saying never would I thought Saban would be going so hard. It's not me going hard for Roman Reigns. I'm just stating facts. Roman Reigns is the
Oh,
better champion.
No, he's
Like
not,
you
bro.
can say whatever.
I
Like
can't say whatever. He's boring. He has no. We talked. You even admitted this last week. What are you talking about? Roman has
no,
no
what I
layers
meant,
as a
what did
character.
I admit last week?
You admitted that.
What did I admit last week?
I told you that Roman has no layers as a. I told you last week. I said Roman has no layers as a character. You were like, "Yeah, you're right. You're
get
right."
the
But he's still
fuck
the
out
trouble
of
I
maker.
here.
I was
never.
like, "Fair enough."
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Which
Go
episode
ahead.
was that?
Right, we compared. This is the question you asked me, right? You asked me. I think it was Black Star. I think Black Star said, "Who's the better character?" And I said MJF is the better character
That
because
was
he has
Friday.
more layers. Yeah, right.
That was Friday.
You
Yeah,
say
no,
MJF has more
MJF
layers.
does. That's the thing. I'm not bashing MJF. I'm just saying that Roman is better than MJF. I fucks with MJF. I like MJF,
Huh?
but Roman is the needle
I guess the
mover.
question is subjective then. I guess the question is because it just depends on what you're looking for. I think Roman's cool, but as a champion, he has no layers. It's the same promos, the same match every time.
Because he
He's got
doesn't
to
have
change
to
it
do
up. And
that.
he's
He
had over
doesn't.
3 years to do so.
He doesn't have to.
Well,
You
that's
know what
just
I'm saying?
He
boring,
does.
bro. But if you
He
like that,
proved
more
his
power to you.
point.
Because I was never a Hogan fan.
Where the fuck that
That's
came from?
this exactly why I say
Why you
Andy.
said
This,
that?
this exactly why I say this exactly why I say indie wrestling has ruined wrestling because everybody think every company should be indie and don't want to put no old
No,
school
it's not
type of
indie shit.
style in their
I'm
stuff.
just not a
Yes, it
fan of
is.
that style. Like I was
You
never a
enjoy
fan of
Yeah,
Hulk
battles
Hogan
when
hold
Flick
on.
in his
Flick
prime.
Before y'all
stands.
continue on, Virgo Bay is right. I definitely agree with that and what you said too, Tove. That like the match didn't have to be a half hour. Yeah, like
Yeah,
Right.
it
matches
could have been
don't need to
15
go
minutes.
30 minutes.
It really could have just been
Check
15 minutes. Like it had to
check this
go.
out.
You know what I mean? I agree.
And also one last thing because
That
that
I that
hasn't been
I
cooked on
agree
this
with.
enough. Right, and I'll cook on this because it hasn't been cooked on enough. They broke their own rules in the match. Like I'm sorry, that was some WCW 2000 shit. I'm not gonna. They literally did Bash at the Beach, Dark Side of the Ring
Well,
last week.
they
People
did that
always
shit with they did that shit with Whoa and Bork Laser. Remember this dude hit him with
well,
we hit him with this fucking steps right in front of the referee. The
yeah,
Yeah,
referee
yeah,
was
technically,
yeah. There was a
there
lot of
like,
yeah, somebody,
dude,
yeah, somebody brought that up. They said Cody should have
me.
lost by DQ after he
Yeah, I
hit Brock
said
with
that
the
during
step.
the
You
watch
know
party.
what?
I'm like, yo,
Or
this dude
or
literally hit Bork with the steps,
or I
and the
got a
referee didn't say
rebuttal.
nothing.
Or I got a rebuttal. Ever since AEW been up, I have never seen a disqualification in any of their matches. So let's not
Yeah,
go
I
there.
got out of referees suck at
they
AEW.
have
They
they
do.
have the squalifications every once in a blue moon, but I get what
Yo,
you mean.
yo, my
Yeah.
God,
You
yo.
bugging.
That's
You're
what about you,
bugging.
yo. Toph, you stubborn.
Hey,
Yo,
Well,
Sandman,
you
you,
know why he
you,
does that, right?
you know the
Ever since
referees are
It ain't.
trash in
It ain't.
AEW.
I'm
hey,
speaking the
Hey,
facts, bro.
Sandman, that,
You don't.
Sa-
There is
Sandman,
there
Yeah,
is no
listen,
disqualifications
listen.
in AEW. So
I need
let's
to
not
say,
go there.
hey,
I need to say,
Sandman, you
I
see
don't
well, you
understand
know
that
why he
comment,
AEW.
does that,
you,
right? You know
Let me
why
you,
there's a
say,
reason for that.
let me
you
say
see
this.
that
Why do I
comment at
do it?
the
Why do I
read,
do it?
read,
I'm racist.
read the dynasty question, Sandman. It's very, it
Cause
makes
I ain't gonna back
sense.
down. Why do I do it? Cause I ain't gonna back down. I ain't never seen a disqualification in any AEW match. Shit, they
This
allowed
is
John
not.
Ryan,
Moxley to
there's a
have
reason
spaghetti
for that.
stuck in
It's a
his
very
head.
dumb reason, but there's a reason for that.
Then they're
And
not
you got,
professional
What's
wrestlers.
the reason?
and y'all
The
remember,
They
reason
y'all
is
got
Hold on,
the,
because
wait, hold on,
WWE
Marcus.
does it too many
all right.
oftentimes. That's why.
Hold on, what's the reason, Toph?
I said there's a reason for that. The reason there's barely any DQs, I understand. It's the after effect of bad stuff that WWE has done so many times on
then they're not
WWE
professional
television.
wrestling.
Not in recent years, but like I'd say the past decade. So many times WWE has done like a count out or DQ or whatever so many times. So when the company started, one of the sports aspects that TK wanted to bring to AEW is whenever there's a show, he wants there to be a definitive winner most of the time. That's why you can count on one hand how many draws that there have been, or how many time limit draws that there have been, or how many DQs have they done. So TK doesn't want to fuck the fans by doing a DQ count out or whatever. But what TK
Oh,
doesn't get,
God.
it's okay to do a DQ or a count out if the
As long as you're
story
building
makes
something.
sense. Right. Just don't do it every single fucking week like WWE used to do. So there's certain things that AEW doesn't do, not because TK doesn't like it. He just doesn't do it because WWE overused it. Another thing that I think AEW should do more of, and I think the reason why they don't do it is WWE did it so many times, right? Like especially during the Authority era, right? How many times during the Authority era would Raw start off with like a promo from Stephanie or Triple H, and then they'd
For
be
a whole
interrupted by
half
Cena.
hour.
Right, and
Do you,
then that would set up whatever the main event was. They would do it every single week, and so because of that, when AEW has their shows, if you notice, they always start off hot with like a hot match every single time. Like you barely see like okay, here's a person starting off Dynamite, or here's a
Thanks for
person
the
starting off
likes. Thanks for the
Collision,
likes.
and they're cutting a promo and they get interrupted by a promo. Like during the Attitude Era, some of my favorite memories of wrestling wasn't really matches. It was guys like The Rock and Triple H and Austin and Jericho just going back and forth on the mic. It's okay to get that every now and then. Just don't do it every week. So TK just needs to understand it's okay to use certain tropes. Just don't rely on it as a clutch. Like remember AJ, like Nakamura just turned heel, right? Remember when AJ Styles fought Nakamura at WrestleMania?
The
AJ
low
beat him,
blow.
right? Yeah, then low blow, right? Then they had another match on pay-per-view the following month, and it ended in DQ. Then they did a match the next month, and it was like a no contest or something. Like just shit like that is why there's barely any disqualifications. And it's like TK, you can do a DQ, just don't do it every week. That's all. You know,
Okay,
that's
then.
all. That's all I'm
Let me
saying.
ask you a question, Toph.
Hold on, I
You
gotta mute.
didn't like
I gotta mute.
you.
Hold on. Black Star, I was about saying I gotta mute. So
You said
I
what?
gotta mute. So I say I gotta mute. So y'all go ahead and finish talking. I'll be back.
Why would you interrupt them just to say you got to mute?
I just didn't want to. I just didn't want to mute and not let anybody know. And y'all think
Get your goofy ass up out of here.
Oh Lord.
Go ahead, say what you got to
What was the
say.
question, Blackstar?
Okay, then. You said that the Roman match was too long. Okay, granted.
Mhm.
I understand that. Your opinion is granted, okay? But let's compare the styles. Do you want like a 15-minute bloodfest like what that parking lot brawl was? Or do you want a match with storytelling, a match with story development, like in the Roman
I
match?
I think you could have did the Roman J match in about somewhere between 15 to 18 minutes, and it would have been a little bit better. We were talking about it on the
Hit that
Friday show.
light. Hacksaw Jim Duggan style.
Oh, so
We,
Oh,
That
we
was so
talked about
random.
it on the Friday show. I think that they booked themselves into a corner because they made it too obvious that Jay was going to lose, because it was one thing that he pinned him at Money in the Bank, but the majority of the segments building up to the show with Jay and Roman, Jay had got the better of Roman. I think there was only 1 week where Roman was standing tall. On the go home, to me, what really hurt it was on the go home show, Roman wasn't even there. And it's like, wait a minute, if Roman's going to lose, then he would at least make one last appearance. Like, he wasn't there. He fought Solo. He beat Solo. Solo tried to take him out, but then Jay took Solo out. So it was like, it was too
you
obvious that,
basically
that Jay was going to lose. And so going into the
Did
match,
anybody
they're
really think Jay
going
was
into the
gonna
match,
win though?
it was like, okay, it was really a question of
yo,
how is
TKO,
Jay
you
going to get
gotta talk
screwed?
up, my dude. You know what I'm saying? All that
so
smooth
you
shit, like,
base
ooh,
I
talk
ain't
with
say
your chest,
anything.
TKO. Let's go.
I'm sorry.
I ain't say anything.
so
All
you
right.
Yes,
basically
you did. You was just talking.
No.
so
This
you
dude mad
basically
smooth and all that. Like,
Yeah. So
he like
basically,
the
the
Billy D.
match.
Williams of the round table.
Oh
so,
my
so
God.
basically, the match was, we knew Jay was going to lose. It was really a question of how is he going to get screwed? Is Heyman
so
going to
it's not
screw him?
so it's not the fact that you didn't like the match, it's the fact that it was that the ending of the match was so obviously choreographed.
Right, like the ending was obvious, and that's okay because that's just going to happen sometimes. But if the ending is obvious, then don't make the match 35 minutes, because it's like if you're watching a movie and it's like 3 hours and you know how it's going to end. That's going to be more excruciating than watching a movie that's like 1 hour and 15 minutes, so you know how it's going to, like, at least you're not waiting as long. You know what I mean?
But here's the key to all this. We both know that MJF is going to beat Adam Cole. We know that's going to happen.
No, he's
Correct?
Do we
not.
though?
He's exactly. Yeah.
I think there's
Question
a
is,
good possibility Adam Cole turns. That's what makes it such an
yeah, and
interesting
he's gonna
story.
win. He's gonna win the
What
belt.
about
All
but
that.
what about Roderick Strong? He's still a factor.
Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
ain't
saying.
allowed. What's up with
That's what
Roderick
right.
Strong?
Roderick
But
Strong could
That's what I'm
screw
saying,
Adam
bro.
Cole.
Yeah,
You never
Strong's going
know.
to turn on
And
Cole.
that's the thing too. It's
There's
like,
so many
why is he
angles.
acting like that though? Like he acting
Right.
like, yo, this dude he really had a fit when he MJF told him he was gonna give him a shot with the belt. This dude had a
Right.
fit. Like,
That's what
what
I'm
the fuck?
saying, bro.
Are
There's
you
way
sucking this
more.
dude's cock? Like, relax.
There's way more storylines in the Adam Cole MJF thing, because
But
there's
don't
like
you?
4 different ways it could go. Because first of all, when Adam Cole signed the contract, he did not read the contract, and some fans caught on that. If you remember, MJF, before he gave Adam Cole the contract, he did say, "Don't get me wrong, I'm still a scumbag." So he didn't read the contract. So for all we know, he could have signed some match that, could have given MJF the advantage. Or what if all this is a manipulation of Adam Cole and Roddy? What if this whole thing is a scheme and it's a double turn and Adam turns heel and beats MJF? Or what if Adam has MJF beat and Roderick Strong does something to screw over Adam Cole? Any of those things I said could have happened, and I don't know.
Well,
what
hold on. Wait, I got y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go after what I say right here. Isn't this dude MJF supposed to be the devil? How could you?
Yeah.
How could you hustle the
Trust
devil?
the devil.
That's what I'm saying. That's what makes it so interesting, because whenever MJF cuts these promos, it's like you're waiting for the ball to drop. You're waiting for him to do something or say something to be like, okay, there he is, there he is, there he is. It's just interesting,
But I could see from a mile away that Roderick is going to turn on Cole and join MJF.
Right.
Like,
That's
you
probably
know,
So check
it's
this
going
out.
to happen. You can tell.
If you compare Roman Reigns to MJF, MJF is a coward heel. Roman Reigns don't need to be a coward. That's why
That's
it
not
looks
true,
interesting.
kayfabe. He's cheated several times. As a matter of fact, Roman's cheated more than MJF has in the past year.
Roman Reigns
that's
ain't
just
no
actually not
coward.
true.
He ain't no
He low
coward.
blows people to win matches. That's a coward. What are
That's
you
not.
talking
No,
about?
that's no. It's
That's
not.
a low.
It's,
Not
He's a heel.
necessarily.
You're supposed to
He
you
have
do
a
that.
you don't see him
he
running
have a
from
low
nobody.
blow.
You
He
never
have a
see
low.
Roman Reigns run
MJF
from
always
nobody.
running from somebody.
Yeah,
Bro,
he
he
had.
had to low bro Finn Balor to win. Finn Balor.
That
of all
was
people.
2
Makes no
years
sense.
ago. That was 2 years
Still, it
ago.
doesn't
He
matter.
haven't
That doesn't
low.
matter, bro.
And he
Oh my
think about it. He low blow Finn Balor to make him look strong in the
He
feet. Come
also
on,
has
if he
people interfere
Reigns
in his
would have
matches
beaten him
too.
just.
He also has folks interfere in his matches. So to say he's not a coward, that's just
He
factually
didn't.
not
No, no,
accurate.
no. He, like I said from before, that's on them. He don't be begging for help. He don't scream for help. You never see Roman Reigns beg or scream for help. You never seen
Paul
him
Heyman.
be on
That's
some
Paul
Ric
still a
Flair
Heyman never
coward,
shit.
bro. That's
interfered.
still a
If he
coward.
Paul
call
Heyman never
Hank,
interfered in any
How?
of
Like
Roman
that's
Reigns'
on them.
matches.
But to
Like
be
you
fair
can't
to
be mad
Tony,
that they acknowledge him.
to
yeah,
be fair to
Bro,
Tony,
that's
if you think
NWO shit, bro. It's no
if
different
you
than
think
Hogan.
about it,
to be
it
fair to
No, no, no.
Tony,
Fuck that. No, we're not gonna do that because you
Yes, we
actually
are.
seen Hogan beg for help. You actually see Hogan when he was at Hollywood.
No. I'm
Hogan.
saying when Hogan was in the NWO, when Hall, Nash, Savage, and all those folks were interfering in matches, like, yes, because Hogan was a cowardly heel deep down.
Yeah, yeah,
He
you
acted
see
like he wasn't.
exactly, and you seen him beg for help. You don't see Roman on that type of
No,
time.
Hogan wasn't begging for help, but we knew deep down he was a cowardly heel. That's how it works. That's just wrestling 101.
But now you trying to say Roman Reigns is the equivalent of that?
Yeah, because if you look at his past title matches, when was the last? Okay, answer this question then. When was the last title match Roman had that had no interference? I'll wait.
He's not asking for the
Answer the
interference.
question. When's the last title match he had with no
You
interference?
can't blame that on
remember,
Roman.
can
You can't do
You
that.
can't remember,
John
can you?
Cena.
You can't
Was it
You
more
remember.
can't
If you
blame
really
that
want,
on Roman. He's
technically,
the fucking king.
was it
technically
more
he
before
beat
nobody did? Nobody.
technically he beat Rey Mysterio at a live show. Don't say
Right,
it don't count.
that was
Exactly
back.
Don't
by
say it
That
himself.
was
doesn't
back
count.
He
in COVID. That was back in the
Roman Reigns
Thunderdome
beat
era.
Rey
That was 2 years
Mysterio with
ago.
no help.
Now I'm using your own
it's Rey
psychology against you.
Mysterio,
No,
bro.
I was about to
He's a
say no,
legend. Don't do that. He's a
no,
legend.
no. I was
Rey
saying that
Mysterio is a very difficult opponent.
yeah, like I was saying, yeah, he defeated Rey Mysterio at a live show. Don't say the live show
A
doesn't count.
live
You
show.
said
The
when
live
was
shows
the
don't
last?
count. They're not part of continuity, bro.
No,
That's
you said
banned.
when was the last time
I
he
said on
won a match
pay-per-view.
Yeah, you
by
did
On
ask.
himself?
You
pay-per-view.
did
When's the
ask
last
that. You
title
did.
defense he
You
had
did.
on pay-per-view without interference? That's what I said.
He did ask. When's the last
If you
time
want to be
that mattered?
technical about that,
It
the
could have been
last
a.
pay
It could
per
have been a
view.
backyard match.
I
It could
mean,
have
if
been
you
a.
want to be technical about it, the last pay per view Roman won alone was John Cena.
Right, and when was that? 2021? 2 years ago, bro.
So
Hey,
wasn't it
so
Saudi Arabia he
hey,
won
so
without
so
interference?
let me ask you a question. Do you think Tony Khan's booking is top tier? Because I don't think so. I think
No,
he should just
no.
hand the
No one's
keys.
booking's top tier. They all have mistakes. No one's perfect. Absolutely not.
I've said, do
All
you
I'm
think
saying,
he
all
should
I'm saying
hand
is
over
everybody
powers?
has it. All I'm saying is that everybody has a bad night. I think that's the thing that's just being lost. everyone has a bad night, and just on that particular, I know I always give Roman shit anyway, but putting my own bias aside, Roman and Jay had a bad night. That's all. That match, nothing about that match made any sense. The match made no sense. The way the match
Yeah,
finished
no, you don't have
made
to
no
explain
sense.
that, my dude. You don't have to
Right,
explain
right.
that, my dude. Like I understood what you said when it comes to that particular match. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's because it's objective. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
We're
I
gonna
mean, I
all have
think we
our
can.
opinions on that
I mean, I
match.
think we can
But to
all
sit
have.
there,
I think we can
go ahead,
all agree.
Go ahead, Chico. Go
No,
ahead.
but I think we can all agree that the Roman J match could have been better. It just didn't hit the way it should, match wise.
Right. Yeah. And where they're gonna have the issue is historically speaking, and I can't think of that many examples, but almost with the exception of Brett versus Owen, and that's really the only exception that I'm aware of. With the exception of Brett Owen, anytime there is a bitter, jealous
Wait a
brother
minute. Did it?
storyline, especially in WWE, it never works.
Didn't
Ever.
Neidhart? Didn't Neidhart interfere in the Bret Owen match?
I think he may have. This has been a long time since I've seen
Yeah,
it.
the cage match. Remember this dude?
Yeah.
Remember Neidhart? They was at the front row. It was Neidhart,
Right.
his
Right.
family, and British
Yeah,
Bulldog, his family.
See, what would have made more sense with the Jimmy turn? What would have made sense is if you go back to Night of Champions, if instead of Jimmy turning on Roman, Jay turned on Roman, and then Jay could have basically like gaslit Jimmy into kind of joining him and going along with it. But instead, Jimmy was the one that attacked Roman, and his exact words were, "I'm gonna
I did
do
something he should have
what
done a
you
long
should have
time ago.
done a long time ago." And then he gaslit Jay to join along. So even if in storyline he's bitter and jealous of Jay, he should still hate Roman more than he hates Jay. So what would have
Okay, then
made
Toph.
sense in storyline would have been for Jay to beat Roman, and then Jimmy attacks Jay after the fact, and then Damian Priest cashes in just to spite his own brother. But that's not
Toph.
what they did.
I want to say one thing though. Tove. You just had that whole massive dialogue and all that shit, but you ain't put one word in the damn community question. Make sure you answer that damn community question, my
All right, I'll
dude.
do that then.
Don't do
Toph.
that to me. This dude had a whole motherfucking script.
Who?
That
They
shit
ain't
was
put,
weird.
they ain't
Sometimes I
put a
can't find
motherfucking
it.
quotation in the damn
Oh
community
my
question.
god.
Who?
Yo, Toph, last question. Um, like, all right. So, like, what if on Friday Jimmy says, "I didn't do this for Roman. I did this because I don't like you." Would that change your
Probably.
mind?
Yeah, probably. You know, I think they're supposed to do a segment with Roman and Jimmy.
Yeah, they
I
do
think
have to really explain this one on Friday,
yeah.
because I might be wrong from the way they described it on Raw. It looks like they teasing Jimmy going back to Roman, which would be stupid as hell.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's not
Yeah,
teasing
gonna
it,
happen.
it would be
teasing it, but I
stupid.
don't think they're gonna pull the trigger.
Yeah,
Also,
because if you look at
Nah,
the
it,
match when Jimmy
hold on.
interfered,
Let Marcus go. Go ahead, Marcus.
all
I
right.
was saying they also could be building to a Survivor Series Reigns versus Jay versus Jimmy versus Solo because if you think
It's
about
gonna
it,
be a fight.
Solo got
It's gonna be a
problems.
fatal
Yeah,
four.
if you think about
Fatal four way tribal combat.
yeah,
A
I
if you think
seriously know that's
about
gonna
it,
happen.
I'd be down
if
for
you think
that.
You know
if you
what? It
think
makes sense, but they all
I'd
have
be
to
down
believe.
for that.
This is the thing with
yeah,
WWE. All of them that would when it comes to that match, come on, fatal four way tribal combat at Survivor Series.
yeah,
All
if
of
you
them
think
have to be broke down, bleeding, all that. But you know they're not going to go that far with it.
Right,
yeah, if
right.
you think about it,
Actually they
if
are
you
because the Usos say they want to beat the shit out of each other. That's their biggest dream. They want that whole entire family want to feud.
if
They
he
want to feud each other to make the family proud, and it's already in the lighting. Jay said
if
that
you
he
think of
always wanted to
yeah,
wrestle Jimmy, and and Solo Sokola also said this is an honor that he's even involved in this. This is all happening. It's going to happen. They're all going to
yeah,
beat the shit out of each other. And somehow
and
Roman Reigns might end up on top.
and that
Pause.
match might be and that I was about to say and that match might be be the end in the bloodline because after everybody fight,
Right.
they could go their separate ways and stuff.
How it should go, and this just means just spitballing here. It should go Jay versus Jimmy with the PCS special guest referee. That match should happen first.
Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the likes.
Then it should go Roman versus Solo at Survivor Series. Then the Fatal 4-Way at the Rumble.
I thought you was gonna say
That,
Fast Lane because that's
That's
the
too much.
next pay per
That's too
view
much
after
bloodline
Survivor
right
Series.
there.
like TKO said, they got a hell of a road ahead of them because, like I said before, historically speaking, especially in WWE, bitter, jealous brother feuds never work. I remember to this day when they turned Matt on Jeff, and that was fucking stupid. That didn't work either.
You
They
killed
tried,
my dog.
and to their credit, they tried. What was it? What was it saying, man? What was it? You killed my dog, and they had like Jeff's pyro malfunction. It just didn't work. It
You
never
killed my
worked. With
dog.
the exception
You
of
burned
Bret
my
killed
Hart.
my
house.
dog. You burned down
Right.
my house.
Right.
You
Bret
failed the
Owens the only
pyrotech.
time it ever worked. So Jimmy and Jay have quite a task in front of them, So
So you didn't
Yeah,
like Ultimate Delete Sin?
I'm glad we're talking about it too, though, when it comes to brotherly feuds. Because, WWE been doing that ever since the beginning of
Nothing will
time.
ever top Brett versus Owen.
also we're forgetting the big
Yeah, I
elephant in
think,
the room
Brett
too.
versus Owen is the best sibling
Right.
rivalry ever.
And we're forgetting the elephant in the room too. If they're serious about this, and it looks like they are, then we just lost their best tag team. That's another thing too.
Yeah.
So,
But they had
so
nothing
if,
else to prove because you had dudes like JD and shit saying, like, why would you break them up and all that? What else could the Usos really do? Let's really be
Would you
real.
want them to be
in the
the
main event at
20-time
WrestleMania,
tag team champions?
Yeah,
No.
it's time for them to spread their wings.
I mean,
It's
you could
cool.
say the same thing about
That's
the
why I
New
felt the
Day.
same thing about the Street Profits. It's time for them to spread their
well, no,
wings.
that's not true, bro. That's not true. You can't. It's not
No,
even the
it's
same.
definitely it's way hell no. The Street Profits, man, look, they didn't really go through no wars like that, like the Usos. The Usos
Right.
went through wars.
To me, Tribal Combat would have been so much better if they would have turned down the lights just enough so you can see. Put fire lamps.
The tiki
Around
torches.
Tiki torches around the ring.
Make it like a real
That shit was
Where's the
nice.
elder?
war.
That's why it didn't work. Where is the elder? I still
Yeah,
don't know who
yeah,
the
we
fuck
talked
he
about
is.
that. They need
Yeah,
that.
we
Fuck The
constantly
Rock.
talk
They're
about
bringing
that.
in. Yeah.
Remember,
They could have.
remember
You know
also
what they
saying,
could have did? They could have brought
What?
the Wild
Yeah.
Samoans out.
yeah, like
man,
honestly,
fuck The Rock,
Alpha.
man. Let's do it. I'm down for it, man. These
Like,
the
look,
elders.
remember,
totally make it
Tove,
better.
remember we was talking about from before, like, why don't they, you know what I mean, have like cinematic, what
They
do you
should.
call it? Like, had them
Yeah,
cinematic,
cinematic
cut
segments,
scenes or
whatever.
whatever. Like,
Yeah, they should.
not cut scenes. What's that
Like
word?
movies,
Cinematic matches.
like mini movies, basically cinematic.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
those
Like, have
cinematic
this dude
matches
Roman
was
Reigns
fire,
on some
though.
real conquering shit. You know what I'm saying? And you have a shitload of people in tiny towers, whatever, not doing nothing. Have them as extras in the motherfucking tribe,
The second
and have
elder
that
that's
shit
going.
like a motherfucking like a
It could be
cinematic
right.
Damn, what's the fucking word?
Cinematic matches.
Well,
No,
wait,
no. Shit with the promos and all that. What's the name of that? What's that word again?
It can just be a mini movie, bro. Just
Vignettes,
like a 5-minute
cinematic
vignettes.
vignettes. Bam.
vignette.
well,
Yeah.
Art,
Have like
before you do
cinematic
that,
vignettes. Have this dude Roman Reigns on some real conquering shit, and then like how Shao Kahn is, like he's like
Right.
he's on the throne,
They
and
could
then you
they
have
could do
the
one.
extras like
Right, they could do one this Friday. They could.
Reigns.
I have the whole thing like planned out in my head. They could do. It could just be 5 minutes, no more than that. Just a 5-minute vignette. You have Roman. You have Paul Heyman. You have Solo. They get like on a jet. They're in somewhere in like Hawaii, Samoa, whatever. They get off the jet. They're greeted. They put the little things over their neck. Welcome home. They get in a limo. The limo drives them to some nice mansion. They go inside the mansion.
Yeah.
There's Sika. There's Rikishi. They sit down, they shake hands, whatever. They break bread. They sit at the table. They talk business. Everything's good. Alpha
Battle
gives him his love.
plans.
Right. But then where it gets interesting is Kishi can be like, my tribal chief, you won the tribal combat, but you didn't win it without controversy because those are his sons with
You didn't win
Jimmy
it.
and Jay, and
You won it
it's gonna
without
be so
pride.
good.
That'd be the words I would
No,
say.
he
You won
no
tribal
he
combat,
need
but you won it
what
without pride.
you
Right,
need an
right.
elder.
There you go.
You need an elder to show up and tell all four of them that they all brought shame to the family because that's exactly what they're doing.
I
Yeah.
You
say if
gotta
you're
make
gonna do
Roman
that,
Reigns
do
feel
the
like
wild,
shit.
which is why I say use the wild Samoans for that role, because
No,
Alpha is
the
one of them is
entire
Yeah,
One of
you
them
have
winning
is
the
family
dead.
has
wild.
to.
elders.
The entire
You
family
have
has
the
to
wild
tell him that he
Samoans
brought
and you have
shame.
Rikishi.
Like, isn't one
Yeah,
of
I'm
them dead?
talking
You
about as
could
the
even go the
elders.
extra mile. You could even go the extra mile, and I don't know. I'm sure he would be cool with it. I'm sure he wouldn't mind because Umanga was part of the business and he loved the business. This would be a great way to get even more fans behind Solo when it's time. Because eventually, at some point, Solo will turn on Roman, and they'll have their feud. You could even do like a little private vignette of like Solo visiting Umanga's grave. To visit his
Mm.
ancestor.
Ooh,
Like going to his grave.
So this is what I'm talking about, my dude. Like
Maybe we
they
need to
got
be
the
hired
money
as
to do
writers.
shit like this.
Like, I'm pretty
They
sure one
have
of
Ma-
them is
this
dead.
is a multi-billion-dollar company. Have fun
ma-
with this shit. Do all that cinematic shit. Why not?
Maybe they need. Maybe they need to hire us to. Maybe we need to drop resumes and get into the writing cast
They
because
can they
But
can
like,
do so
yo,
much more, bro.
we doing this shit. We
bro,
literally just thought about this shit within
a
a
few
couple
Five
minutes,
minutes.
of fucking
5 minutes.
minutes.
That's what
5
makes
minutes,
WWE so frustrating. It's like they have so much money, and it's like they could do it, they just choose not to. Like the
bro.
Yeah,
person
it
You're
I feel
makes no
sorry for
fucking
the
bro.
most,
sense.
right?
Bro,
Like
we
like the
just
You
per-
know,
came up
fucking
with a
crazy.
great idea in less than 5 minutes, and we're not even
right.
getting paid to do this shit.
Like the person I felt sorry for the most last night on Raw was I felt sorry for Shayna Baszler because like her eyes fucked up and
Happy
she went
birthday
out.
to her. Happy birthday to Shayna Baszler.
Right.
Yeah,
She her eyes fucked up, and it's like, damn, man, like she shouldn't be out there, but she went out there because she wanted to tough it out. And that
Her
match she
eyes
had
fucked
with
up. Her arms
Ronda,
fucked up. Her legs fucked up.
right? That match she had with Ronda, like I got what they were going for, but like it didn't work because they were trying
we
to
could have did
appeal
without
to
that match for
they-
real. Like,
right,
looking
Yeah,
they were
I
back
trying
on
like
to
that
appeal.
match. I don't care what nobody said. I like that match. That
It
match
looking
was,
was
back,
it was a good
brutal.
match, but it's
That match
just
was brutal.
it
I
was the
liked
wrong
it in the
crowd.
sense that it was that it felt like a real fight, but
Yeah,
but honestly, match wise, it just was not for me. Like
You
I could have
can't.
did like you could have
But
did
what they
this
should
on
have
Raw.
done is what they should have done is like it's funny because it was at SummerSlam, and I always remember Owen Hart and Ken Shamrock had the
Put a cage
Lions Den.
around.
And it's like, why can't they just do that? Why can't they? Like, it's funny as bad as Raw Underground was, Ronda and Shayna would have worked in that setting. Like, why wouldn't?
And Toph,
Why,
and Toph, here's the thing. Here's the thing. They have the people to do it. Didn't they just merge with the UFC? Why don't you just
right.
be in the
yeah,
octagon?
yeah,
Yeah.
Endeavor, yeah. They could have done
Exactly.
so much
So,
more. They just
so
choose not
Dynasty
to.
said it worked. It worked. Her working with that black guy got her over. Yeah, it
Oh,
did
what
make
got
it
her
look like a
over is her
problem.
saying that she got rid of Ronda, and they all chanted, "Thank you, Shayna."
Yeah, Ronda is very interesting. I think when it's all said and done, I think Ronda might be the biggest rise and fall in the history of modern wrestling. I've never seen someone
You were. But the
rise
thing
so
is,
Oh,
she
quickly and fall so
always
fast.
sucked. Ronda always fucking
I
sucked.
agree. I agree.
she was always
I never,
terrible.
I never
Yeah.
understood the appeal of this bitch.
I think what it was when they brought her first in, they just did a really good job protecting her and not showing her weaknesses. But
Yo,
then
I
after a
remember
while,
motherfuckers was licking her clit with
She
that
better
tag team match
she
with
better thank Kurt
her and
Angle.
Kurt Angle and Triple H and Stephanie
yeah.
McMahon.
She
I'm
better
like,
thank Kurt Angle and Triple H for all of that shit.
Kurt
yo,
Angle
what?
and Triple
Oh my
H
god, she's
carried that
flawless in the
shit.
ring. She looked like she almost killed
I,
herself.
I think it was just lightning in the bottle, bro. I think it was just right place, right time. And that first year, they protected her. They
San
did
Francisco.
everything they could to protect her and not show her weaknesses. But then after a year, she got exposed, and everybody saw right through it. So
And yo, make sure you look that video up that I uploaded from way back when. This is when
It said the
they just,
roster to her that year.
hold on, CKO, give me a second. When I was talking about the punk ass pay per view that they did, Revolution, whatever, when she was struggling,
Don't get
against
excited.
Nikki Bella,
right.
I was like, I said, Ronda Rousey, she's done. Mark
How
my
you
words.
struggle with Nikki Bella though?
When did Revolution come out? That women's Revolution pay per view come out?
Wasn't that like 4 years ago?
Mhm.
I said Ronda Rousey was dead at that time.
Yeah.
How you struggle against Nikki Bella? That's crazy.
That whole
Exactly.
thing-
I was
that
like,
whole thing
her
was political.
credibility is done.
All right.
I
That
know
whole
what
thing
the
was
fuck I be
political.
talking about. I'm telling you, hit that, type that shit up. It's all the
Yeah.
same, man. Ronda Rousey's a rap, whatever. I've been through that shit because she was trash from Jump Street.
That whole show was political. That was when I couldn't look at the women's division the same, because the only reason they did that show was because they were doing the whole women's revolution thing, but then they went to Saudi, and at the time the girls couldn't perform, and so it made WWE look like hypocrites, and so they were like, okay, let's do an all women's pay per view. They didn't do it because they wanted to. They did it because
whole
they
women's
were trying
revolution was fucked from day one.
Right,
That whole
right.
revolution,
And then
that
Mickey
whole women's
James told the
revolution
story
was a
too. Mickey
scam
James
from
said that
day
she had been
one.
talking to people trying to get them to do
You
a
good, ballet?
revolution
You
too.
good? You good,
They
ballet?
weren't. They
Goody.
weren't going to do another women's pay per view. They never wanted to do the first one,
Right.
and the women didn't go to Saudi until like at least 2 years after. So
Right.
Them
And
basically, it was all a lie. Like, come on now.
making
and
women's
Triple
factions
H
out of this.
Triple H fumbled the ball on these chicks. Damn, what the fuck their name is again? Bailey and them. Damage control.
So here's
Like,
what I
yeah.
do, bro. Yeah, I typed this yesterday in our private chat. So what I do is, I'm sorry about Sonya Deville. That's unfortunate. But one of the things I do like about Chelsea is that she's really good at playing this caring character. So what I do to turn chicken shit into chicken salad is I would still have Chelsea acknowledge herself as a champion in her own mind, be like, I never lost the belt, I was never pinned. And then basically she can just introduce her own title and just refer to herself as a whatever you want to call the belt. And eventually she starts defending it, kind of like the FTW belt. And then eventually WWE just acknowledges it as a secondary belt. So we're going to turn what's left of the because we have one half of the tag champions hurt, and the other half is currently Chelsea. I would basically have them
what would make this
transform it into a makeshift secondary women's belt and have this secondary women's belt. Like, there's so many girls. I hate to say it, man, but there's so
There's a
many
lot.
girls lower on the card that are just not over. That are not.
They're not doing anything. You still got. Damn, what's shorty name with the shades and the black lipstick? Damn,
You talk about what's her name? Emma. You talk about Emma?
Yeah, Emma.
Yeah, like you got
Yeah,
just off the top of my head. You got
she's
Emma,
flop.
you
Yeah,
got
she was a
Chelsea, you
flop.
got Sonya, you got
Indy Hartwell.
Indy, you got Johnny
Yeah.
Gargano's wife. Where's Piper Niven? She's not hurt. Where's
Right.
she's not on TV?
Hey,
What would make this?
What doesn't make no sense. The only reason they're not trying to use her because she's plump.
hey,
No,
also,
So what? She's
also-
different.
yeah, also, what's up with people? Well, people, I ain't talking about nobody here. I'm talking about people. They bashing the companies for the women's pushes, but as soon as these companies push these women that they ask for, they sit there and say, "Oh, this woman is horrible." Like
What are you talking about?
listen, like I was saying, like the Piper Niven, everybody's naming her, but I recall when she was on TV, people was bashing her and stuff. People
Because she
want
was
the
in the
women's
middle of-
division. People want the women's division, but at the same time, they don't
No.
want the women's
Hold
division.
on, wait. First off, we're not gonna do that. They didn't even call her Piper Niven. They called
They
her
called
Dough Drop.
Dewdrop. Right, yeah,
Yeah, she
Dewdrop.
was
We're not
dead
even
in the
gonna
war.
do that.
Yeah, she was dead on arrival after that.
No one would.
Exactly.
I'm talking about when
What
they
would be an
changed her
interesting
name.
feud?
I'm talking about when they changed
The
her
damage
name.
is already done, Marcus.
No
The
one would be an
damage is
interesting
already
feud.
done.
No, would be an interesting feud for Piper, and that's if they pull the trigger. If they bring back Nia and have her feud with Piper.
Bro,
There's
man.
actually a rumor
What's
she
that?
may come
I
back.
feel,
Actually,
bro, I felt
And she
bad
Same
for
should
thing.
come
Piper.
back.
I
She
felt so
definitely should
bad for
come back
Piper
because
Niven.
Piper Niven is good, but that's what I mean. Vince McMahon on his fuck shit. You know how Vince McMahon feels about fat people.
He's
But
always been in this fuck
but
shit.
that's crazy though, because Piper Niven could have been the monster that he wanted Nia Jax to be. If you go back and
Exactly.
look,
I
you go back
remember
and
she
look
had
at
a few
Piper
matches
Niven's
with
work,
Bianca, and the fans liked it. I
and you
remember
go
that.
back and look, I'll take it further than that. Go back and look at her matches on NXT UK with Kaylee Ray. Them shits was fire. Kaylee Ray and Tony Storm. Her matches on NXT UK hit.
Yeah, but I just don't want when these women come back and stuff. I just don't want to hear people saying, "Oh, this woman sucked." Y'all always asking for her.
Well, and hold on, Marcus. Like, just because a motherfucker come back doesn't mean we gotta automatically just love it.
Well, one of the
That
things that
goes
they
to
didn't
male
do,
or female.
right? Well, one of the
Yeah, you
things
gotta
Triple
get
H
time
didn't
to get
do, and I don't
invested in
understand
it.
why he didn't do it because I was giving him grief for it. I appreciate the fact that he brought back a lot of people that were fired, but some of these folks that were fired either were gone for a long time or were not on the roster long enough to make an impression for the main roster fans to know who they are. So when you bring them back cold with like no vignettes, no promos, no build at all, they're going to get no reaction. Like I remember when Tegan Knox came back, she just came back cold. No promo,
Right.
no vignettes.
Kyrie Sane's gonna have the same exact problem.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, Cardi's been gone for a while. She'll be all right because
well,
she'll be with Oscar, so she won't be as lost as Gargano's wife. But they called up Andy Hartwell
But
from
even that
NXT.
don't make no. Nah, come on. Like, let's talk about that. Why is this bitch coming back to
I
team
don't
up
think
with
so.
Oscar for what? To get those fucking punk ass belts that's
Probably.
cursed?
Probably.
Like
Uh,
this
oh god.
fucking retarded. And you hear people, oh my
how,
god, Kyrie Saner's coming back. Yay. For
how
what?
do y'all?
They
How,
still got on this fake ass katana looking bitch. What's her name? On SmackDown?
Io
The
Sky.
fake the other one that they don't even use.
Oh, the
Oh,
Chinese
Xia
chick.
Li. Xia Li.
Yeah,
Xia
she's
Li.
Xia
another one.
Li. They got
Right.
katana from Mortal Kombat. They don't even use.
The one that
hey,
gets me, the one that gets me is because I know how good she is because I used to watch her work all the time in Impact. Is Mia Yim? She's just there.
Mina
That's
Yim
really
is
unfortunate.
fucking great,
Yeah,
man.
she's so
hey,
good, bro. She's so good.
Look
No,
who
hey,
she's with. She's with these bums.
no, what
hey,
I
That's
would
good,
do.
brother.
honestly,
What I would do, and I'm dead ass serious with this. Why don't they bring back Mia Yim's faction back in Impact?
Which was what was her faction?
Who's it?
The
The
Dollhouse.
dolls? Is that the dollhouse?
There you go.
Yo, man, look.
Huh?
They're retired, from what I heard.
Now, Marty Bell's still out there.
Where's
hey,
Oh,
I was about to say, how do y'all? What do y'all think about this mid card title name? The
Oh,
U.S.
chill.
I was
Yo,
about to
Ballard,
say,
that's a stupid mid yim. Oh, they call it mid yim.
Check
no.
this
how
out.
do y'all
Oh,
like?
a good one, mid yim.
How do y'all
Is they
like the
gonna
name
fix?
of this? I can't.
Check
Go
this
ahead,
out.
Well,
go
Is
ahead,
they
say.
go
gonna
ahead,
fix?
Marvin.
I was about to say, how do y'all? What do y'all think about the name of this mid card title? Instead of just bringing two women's mid card titles, just combine the names. The U.S. Intercontinental Championship,
Makes no
Women's
sense.
No.
U.S. Intercontinental
oh
Championship.
Lord.
Hey, check
I don't
God
know about a
no.
name, but I don't know about a name, but I think that Chelsea, being a Karen, should just introduce her own custom belt and
Know what
refer
they
to
should
herself as
do?
a champion. Let that be the secondary belt, and it should be floating. No
Know what they should do,
belt.
Toph, to be absolutely serious
Mhm.
here, and you guys should probably mute me for this. But But you guys know that Matt Cardona has a fake women's tag team title, right?
Yeah.
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 He's carrying around. Why don't you just give him the real one?
Oh
Hey,
Lord.
he's
Man,
doing more of that than WWE is. I'll say that.
He
Just
he
every single
made
week.
that in one picture. He made that tag title more important than WWE. That's
Then just
hilarious.
check this out.
then every single week you have Chelsea go to her husband and say, "Hey, they're doing nothing with my titles. Here, why don't you take one? They're not gonna take both. They're not gonna take both of us because you're not signed."
The only way to fix the women's division, you gotta bring back all the fine women. You gotta have Mia Yim on TV more. You gotta have Lacey Evans on TV.
Like
No,
Who
Linda
else
McMahon's
fine
got.
as hell?
Actually,
Look,
Lacey
WWE
Evans
Bring
still got a job.
they need to
when the
fire Lacey Evans.
when
WWE
Nikita
oh yeah,
does
super fire her ass.
They
WWE
when
should have
Nikita
does
been.
returns
that.
from that
I don't
injury,
care what
bring
nobody say. Lacey Evans is
bring her
sucking
thick
somebody
ass.
cock back there.
How in the absolute fuck do you
Like,
feel?
I think she
there
might
ain't
be.
no
She might
motherfucking
be enough
way.
for
Yo,
this
It's
this
bitch.
because
bitch don't
she's
do
blonde,
My
nothing.
bro.
story, my story
You
on
know they
Lacey
love
Evans
her
has not
blondes,
changed, and I'm
bro.
sticking to it. As far as I'm concerned, somebody in WWE Creative was looking at Glow on Netflix. They saw Liberty Bell, and they just said, "Yeah, there you go." And then Lacey Evans got
No,
hired.
no, no. But to be
Hey,
serious,
nobody.
how in the absolute fuck do you steal Sergeant Slaughter's finisher?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, nobody.
Not
Bro,
even, not even,
Slaughter's daughter is retarded.
not even console. Sergeant Slaughter saying, "Hey, we're gonna take your move," and do absolutely nothing with it.
Like,
Hey,
it's
They
not
should
else
have
on the
been.
daughter. Daughter gonna tell this bitch, "Oh, you're stealing from my father, and you should be ashamed of yourself."
hey, why
Like,
I'm
bitch,
nobody?
just mad she don't look like Lacey Evans. That's
were
all.
Why
you
nobody?
born in the cup?
Why nobody answered this last week? I was like, do any of y'all think Mercedes was a little freaky because what she was doing when she was in WWE? Y'all remember that little twerk she did in the Royal Rumble and how she lick her tongue out all the time? Come
That
on
was
now.
because
Okay.
pervy fans like that shit.
Speaking of females throwing their tongue out there, make sure y'all check out this dude TKO's new video out on YouTube. Tell them about your video, my dude, with those sexy ass ladies.
Oh Lord. That my music video Water Fountain is out now on YouTube. It's girl. If you like girls dancing in the rain, you'll definitely love this one.
Hey,
You can put the link in the chat. Go on, you can put the link in the chat.
you should have added the girls who was with Damian Priest into the music video.
How
Oh
old are the women?
man.
Yeah, when it comes to Scott, he would have loved it. Lynn McMahon was underneath the daggone.
Yeah. I was waiting. I was waiting. I was like, "Can we go one show about the Linda joke?" And there it was.
I thought we was almost there.
I
We was
had to,
almost there.
Toe. I had to.
It's
I had
usually
to,
black.
Toe.
It's usually it's usually Black Star who. It's
That was a
usually Black
layup.
Star
That was a
that
layup. I had
says
to
the
dunk
joke.
you like, bam.
It's,
Hey, Sandman, like
come
you
on,
Oh my
Scott.
god.
Scott. Come on, now you Stephanie. You pick Linda. Really?
No,
Sandman,
I
Oh,
know
they're
how I
never
feel
gonna
about
let
Stephanie
you.
McMahon.
They are never
Come
gonna
on,
let
you
you
know how
live
I feel
that
about
down.
Stephanie. I love me some
yo,
Stephanie.
Sandman, I understand where you're coming from about the Nakamura thing. I do think that the story has been there subtly, but they could have done a better job.
Yeah, here's the main thing. Like, if you guys didn't see my comment, when it came to this dude Nakamura attacking Rollins, right? I'm all for the match. Come on, B. That on paper, great
that
match.
match is going to be great.
But
Hey,
you can't just come out of nowhere and say Nakamura's the number one contender, and all this dude's been doing was losing ever since he showed back up in WWE.
I knew the second
It doesn't make no fucking sense.
The
So
part
it's
I
like,
like,
why even Apollo Crews could just attack this dude Seth Rollins? Does that make him the number one contender?
Hey, we
I
still
Oh
got
shit.
we still got 5 weeks. WWE built the
I
match
knew
is
the second.
building off
the
tomorrow
part I liked
yesterday.
was the part I liked was Sammy raised Cody's hand and he raised Rollins' hand and he just kind of ignored Nakamura. Then Nakamura gave him that look, and I think that's when he was like, "Okay, fuck this." I would have
I
had him take
thought
out all three of them though. I would have
I
I
taken. I would
thought
have had him be like,
I thought Nakamura was about to attack Cody. To be honest,
I
you
knew
seen
the
how he was
second.
looking at Cody.
I
Like I
thought
said,
the
I
the second
thought
second
I
that
ain't
match
gonna
Sammy
lie.
Priest
was
was gonna
On
between
come
some
down
real
to the
shit.
Nakamura.
show.
Now I would have accepted that. I would have accepted. I would have definitely accepted that. Like if this dude Nakamura would have attacked Cody, I'm all for that. That makes more sense
like
because
I
Nakamura
knew
will be on some shit like, oh, I
That's
came
why.
back and this dude's trying to steal my shine.
That's why I
I
said
knew
last. That's why I said last night. I was like, it doesn't make no sense for
I
Shinsuke
knew
to face Rollins. Ain't no story there.
but here's the key to all this. I knew the second Nakamura volunteered himself to be in that match, and then all of a sudden you saw Nakamura's face uh, face kind of change a little bit. I was like, okay, he's turning. I
But
knew it.
why is
Well,
WWE
he need
study
new music.
why is WWE
Yeah,
study
he's gonna go back to his heel turn or his heel
why is
I
heel
mean, if
turn.
any wrestler has a reason to go heel and be bitter, it's Nakamura. The question is, can he make
Yeah.
it work? And can the fans
why
give a
why
shit about
is,
it?
The only thing that makes it work and make the fans give a shit is he has to win matches. It's so simple. Just
Right.
win.
That's what they did before because he turned heel on AJ and never won the WWE Championship. That killed him. He was never the same
honestly
after that.
And that's the thing, though, my dude.
Nakamura
That's then. That's then. And that was
Na-
fucked up then. It made no sense then. But at the same token, I mean, this is a new era. Just win. You can't
Nakamura is
match
on a winning.
and then become the number
He,
one contender. It makes the championship look whack.
he is on a winning streak, but he got to keep
One
winning for the
match
next
means winning
5 weeks.
streak, Marcus.
He beat
What?
Bronson Reed. I wouldn't consider that a winning streak.
One
He
match
didn't
is
just
He
beat
beat
Bronson
Tommaso
Reed.
Ciampa the
He
week
didn't just
before.
beat Bronson Reed. He beat Johnny. I mean, not Johnny Gargano, Chopper. He beat somebody else a few weeks ago. He's on a winning streak. I ain't gonna say he's losing right
I
now.
would say I would say he's been holed out. They kind of made him a hole at times. Like the one I always remember was when they teamed them up because I remember you had brought it up, saying, "Man, I didn't even notice it when they teamed them up with the Rick Boobs guy." And I didn't really care too much for Rick Boobs, but I was like, "All right, yeah, they're trying to get him
that was a
over."
good team though.
Yeah. It was a good team, and then he got hurt at the WrestleMania. And I remember like there was one particular SmackDown where like this is back when it was before the Sami Zayn stuff. It was just Roman and the Usos. They basically like punked out Nakamura. They just beat him up. And then I remember like there was one SmackDown where like Roman was coming out after Nakamura finished his match, and like Nak walked right past Roman. Roman looked at him. Nak looked at him and they just kept walking. It was like, oh, okay, are they teasing like a future match?
That's
And it
what
was just
that's why I also was saying. I was like,
You
y'all
said
remember?
everything. Damn,
No,
like
y'all remember?
everything you said, you
Y'all
done said it before. Like it don't matter what we say. You done said
there were
every single
certain
thing.
there were certain
no.
matches
Ask
that were
this
seemed to have
question.
been.
Marcus is
Yo,
officially the Chris
this
Jericho of
dude,
this.
yo,
No,
every single thing. Oh, I said
no,
that
I ain't
before.
saying that.
I
I ain't
said that
say,
before too.
Hey Sam,
no,
man, Marcus
I ain't
Marcus is
saying that. I
officially the
was
Chris
Yo,
Jericho
saying
of
yo,
this.
Mark, yo, I'm not tripping. Yo, every time you say something, yo, I said that before. Jesus
no.
Yo,
I
Sam,
Christ.
man.
said y'all remember. Asked this question weeks ago. I was like, y'all.
I ain't gonna lie. Come on.
Yo, Sam, man.
Every
Yo, Sam,
single
man.
thing, yo, I
Marcus.
said that before. Jesus
Dude,
Christ.
Yo,
his questions
yo,
be
Sam,
like
man.
5
Marcus is
years
officially
later.
the Chris Jericho. It's officially the Chris Jericho of this podcast.
Yeah, like I said, he like Chris Jericho. Like, I'm swear to God, he's been doing that shit for the past couple of days.
Yeah,
I told you his questions are like 5 years later.
but yeah,
He's like,
that
yo,
shit
I
was.
said that. Y'all said that too. I said this. Come on now.
But
You don't
yeah,
have to do
that shit
that
was
every single time
Nakamura.
somebody say something.
that stuff with Knock was unresolved, so that didn't help. Even though I'm not a fan, another person who had, I think y'all were talking about it too, was when Karrion Kross came back, he was staring down Roman like they was gonna do something. Then that also
That
was
made
I'm
left
no
still
sense.
mad
unresolved.
at that.
Yeah,
I'm
To
still
me,
mad at that, to be honest.
this is just a meeting to an end.
yo,
Seth is going.
but Scott, since you're here, man, what did you think about the what you think about SmackDown when the Street Profits came out in the suits? They were supposed to be heels, but the fans were cheering them, and the whole crowd was chanting Bobby. What's your thoughts on that, Scott?
I think it's a culture change. To me, and I might be one of them. I can't stand baby faces. I can't stand corny motherfuckers. I'd rather you go in there, kick ass, than be a heel. Now,
Well, they kind of
no
did
one
all
can
that.
no one can truly be a heel, because if you're gonna be a heel, you have to do something like insult somebody's children, and we ain't trying to have a lawsuit. So I'm glad
Did
for
it
the
every
attitude change.
did it every single heel insult every single children since the start of wrestling?
In the 80s and 90s, they did,
Well,
but
that's that.
you can't
Well,
do
that's what
that
I'm looking
today.
forward to. I'm looking forward to SmackDown this Friday because I just want to see I want to the whole package. Lastly, the Street Profits. First of all, I'm gonna assume they're gonna have new theme music, which means the Fallen Cups are gonna go away, which means they're gonna have a complete different, just everything from top to bottom, new theme, new attire, new character, new attitude. Are they going to be kind of baby faces with a hard edge? Are they going to be heels? Are they going to be tweeners? Is Bobby going to be like their manager? Is he going to be their mouthpiece?
This
I'm
is how
looking
we
forward
find
to it.
out.
So
Let's
what's
see
a
what
word?
let's see
What's a
what
word
Bianca
for black
Belair gonna do on
excellence?
Friday.
What's that, Simon?
Hold on, Marcus. You sound crazy over there, my dude. The
Hey, welcome back,
feedback.
Chris
Let's
Jericho.
let's see what Bianca Belair does on Friday.
Hello,
I was saying, what's another word like black excellence?
Mm.
Black excellence, because you can't call himself to Hurt Business. That name is dead.
Right.
Well, MVP has to join in order for it to be the Hurt Business. So
Yo, you know what? MVP needs to sit his ass down somewhere because you keep vouching for this fucking bum.
Leave Omos alone. Shit.
No, he
Took out
needs to
the
leave
Dude,
us
he took
alone. How you get
the-
trained by
yo,
Bum the Taker? You know what? That's what makes Bum the Taker even more of a bum. Like, as soon as
I'm
this dude Bum
sorry,
the Taker
R.
started training him, he got
do
worse.
not put that on
R.
Undertaker.
Omos took out the hardest nigga in Harlem. Leave him alone.
Who the fuck?
Who?
Who?
this is the fuck.
Nah,
Eh,
man, I
No,
know
the
how you
hardest
can book
nigga, the
almost.
hardest
There's
nigga in
only one
Harlem.
way. Now listen, man. There's only one way you can save almost, man. You gotta. It's one of the. I was just listening to their theme music the other day. I don't know if it'll work in the modern era. One of my favorite gimmicks in the Attitude Era was the fucking APA.
Oh God,
bro.
ballet dancer.
The
Yo,
APA
yeah,
was so.
APA. Dun, 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 dun,
APA was so good,
dun,
bro.
dun,
Just two
dun, dun,
dudes in
dun.
the locker room. They didn't care about winning titles. All they cared about was
Was
getting
whooping
paid
ass.
and being someone's bodyguard. That's how you get them over, bro. It's
The
got to be
APA,
almost and
yeah.
well, it's
put him and
over.
Strowman together and just let them be like two bouncers.
Yo, that'd be crazy. Hell yeah. Hey,
No,
yo,
you
and
know
then,
what?
yo,
A
fuck that.
part of me
Have
would love
Ricochet
to
as the
see
leader.
Omar.
You
What
can
if
have
Omar
Ricochet as
starts
the leader.
terrorizing Roman Reigns?
Here's the problem: he
Check
can't
this out.
talk. Somebody's gonna have to be.
True,
Somebody's
true.
gonna have to talk for him.
Hey,
I'm
R,
telling
what
you,
if?
have Ricochet as the leader. Have
Oh, okay.
you said Braun
Oh,
Strowman,
fuck
Braun Strowman and
Ricochet.
Omos, and
Mhm.
have
The hell
Ricochet
with
as the
Ricochet.
leader. Have them on some real the new version of the APA.
Right.
R, give it
I
up for
like that.
Ricochet. He's
Or
done.
something
Just give it
similar
up.
to
He's
it. Something
done.
similar. Because almost he's not going to be a dude that's just going to do wrestling matches and get over. Like remember 3 minute warning. 3 minute
Hell
warning got
yeah.
over. Yeah, because they got over because there's if there was a segment that went too long or if there was a segment nobody cared about, Eric Bischoff would be like, "You got 3 minutes." They would go out there and just kill you, and they got over.
Right. And
That's the kind of gimmick.
the main thing is that because they can't have like full fledged matches. They just gonna come
Right.
out there and just wash you up real quick.
What
That's
they
Right.
what
did.
that's the type of time Omos need to be on.
What
Omos
they
can't
did.
have full fledged matches. Just have them come out like I was saying with the new factory with him and the Street Profits. Have this dude Omos as the muscle. Don't
What?
have him in no fucking matches. Ain't nobody trying to see no fucking Omos match. Just had this dude do a choke slam here and there, growl and roar and all that to the people.
Who remembers what 3 Minute Warning
Omos,
did?
Omos is the
Mae
future
Young.
champion.
That
Put some
alone should
respect
put them in
on
the
him.
Hall of Fame.
I did. That shit was hilarious.
Exactly.
Are you
And Mae
Hey,
Young
are
was
you gonna
looking
give some
tough as
respect
hell
to
for taking those
Omos? He's a
shots.
future champion.
hey,
No, he's
hey,
not.
hey,
Nah,
any
you sound goofy as
I
hell.
thought you was gonna bring up the Mae Young getting power bomb through the table by the Duckies, and I
Well,
found
Mae
out that
Young
So
is
she
he's already
actually
in
looking
the Hall
tough
of
as
Fame.
You
hell.
remember?
How
Yeah,
about 3 Minute Warning?
911. Remember 911
Mhm.
Yeah.
from
Mae Young is tough as
ECW?
fuck, bro.
Yeah,
I
I
think this,
remember.
I
That
think
dude, he
this,
just come out and just choke slam the shit out you, and then go
yeah,
about his business.
Right, just
yeah,
leave. Right.
I, I think this new faction is gonna put over Montez and Mello.
I think so.
Honestly,
Well, I can't
Yeah,
Carmelo
say
is
nothing
not
right now, but
building
eventually,
I
a
will. It will
faction.
be nice.
yeah, eventually he's gonna be in the group because they wouldn't have had Lashley talking to him just for no reason, you know.
Yes,
So
they
And
do.
Lashley mentioning him to the
I want
Prophets.
to see, I want to see at WrestleMania main event Mello versus Montez for the
That's not going to
WWE
happen. So let's move
Championship.
on.
what we really got to see is we just got to see how the fans react to him because clearly, based off last week, they are meant to be heels, but the fans are cheering them. So I think they should be baby faces just with a hard edge and not just be the happy-go-lucky baby
You talk
faces.
about the bed, the Stone Cold type of baby face where they
Yeah,
just
yeah,
Yeah,
get
yeah,
yeah.
tweener.
Randy, yeah.
that go.
I
That
think
would
Stone
work.
Cold
Lashley's a
is so
great. I
damn
think
funny.
he's a great tweener.
Who, Lashley?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think they should just be tweeners, you know, and put Bianca with them too because she got screwed again, you know.
Yeah,
They're
you
not gonna
know she
turn
gonna get
Bianca
mad. She
heel.
gonna get mad. She
They're
she
not gonna
go she go.
turn Bianca heel.
I get tweeners. He just said tweeners. She
As
don't
Yeah,
have to be
long
full blown here.
as Bianca's not ghetto.
No, no, she'll be all right. She'll be all right.
That's the only hold up I have on her heel turn. As long as she's not ghetto.
undefeated. Remember she used to say that shit.
Selfishly, I do wish Apollo
Undefeated.
Crews and Ricochet could be in the group, but I know that this is WWE. They're not going to make some super black faction, so we got to be realistic
Yeah,
here.
we can't look too
Yeah,
powerful.
Sandman, you made a point just now. Y'all remember she used to say that, clap our hands together and be like undefeated, and
Yeah,
how she used to talk in NXT. Oh
and
my God,
NXT. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
she
but she
was
was the heel
fantastic.
originally, right? I think the fans just gravitated.
Yeah, in NXT
As
she was.
long
And
I don't give a damn how they do it, as long as she's not ghetto, as long as I don't need to fly to Stanford to slap somebody.
she
I'm
wasn't.
good.
She wasn't
You
ghetto.
heard how he laughed? He said, "Oh,
She wasn't ghetto in her last heel run in NXT. She was just right. In
I don't care
NXT,
how they
she
do it.
wasn't ghetto.
Again, I don't care how they do it, as long as she's not ghetto.
What's
They
going
got a
on
whole
with
couple.
Carmelo
They
dude,
got
by
a
the way?
whole.
Is he still champ, guys? Is he
yeah,
still champ? Okay.
yeah." Carmelo Silchat.
Yeah,
He's gonna
Hey,
lose.
Carmelo's supposed to.
Sam, man, why you think I called? Thought you? Why you thought I called you Sandman Reigns or something? I wasn't calling you that, but the name sounds good though. Sandman Reigns. You got
Sandman
a ring.
Reigns. There you go.
I mean, you already go by the tribal chief, so why not?
I'm King Tut, nigga. I'm King Tut. I'm like King Tut with Henny in the cup. Told you motherfuckers his butt. Showed you dudes how to do the strut. I'm King Tut, nigga. I'm King Tut. Not sure.
When's you gonna go to? When's you gonna go to AEW and team up with Keith Lee? I told you, I think you his
Yo,
brother or
when are
something.
you gonna give this dude Ice Cube his hat back from lottery ticket?
What?
I don't got that
What?
hit no more.
Yo, I'm tired of this fucking janitor from the chicken spot looking motherfucker. But
Hey,
anyway,
how? Oh, you about to sign off?
yeah, about to shut it down. You know what I mean?
All right.
Um, yeah, make sure you answer that question in the community. You know, I definitely appreciate that. Let's get the engagement going. Bring more people up in here. when it comes to the chat, when it comes to the algorithm, yeah, Dynasty, it was a good day. You know what I mean? Like this dude here, I'll tell you, this dude looked like remember Nick Fury in that new shit he
Invasion. Oh, yeah, that stuff was awful. I watched like one episode of that and I was like, fuck this, I'm out.
Oh man, Charles got to Samuel L. Jackson though.
Yeah, hope he
That's
got
a
paid.
compliment. That's a compliment.
No, you got that same Scully he was wearing. I'm talking about.
Oh my god.
This dude be bathing with that shit. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna pull up again for Friday, and
Oh, no Wednesday string.
huh?
No Wednesday string.
Well, it's a regular old Dynamite. The only reason why I did
All
that
right.
last week is because it was a 200th episode. So,
All right.
Yeah.
so
Can't wait to hear this explanation for SmackDown.
you know what I mean? Friday we're gonna pull up. You know the vibes.
We're gonna have the full payback match card back Friday, guaranteed.
Peace out.
All right.
Laters.
Yeah.